God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this?
That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
The first reviews and reactions for it, the review embargo lifted for it, or the reaction embargo and lifted for it. And I hunted, Rob. I hunted to try to find a negative one. Toby and the light source is hitting the right side of his face. And I can't believe I'm about to say this. I never thought I would say this in my entire online career. But look closely at Toby Maguire's dick. Look closely at Toby Maguire's dick. I hunted, Rob. I hunted for Toby Maguire's dick.
Wait, I've got an idea.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Wow.
Yes, finally. It's the real BBC, 17 minutes late, and it's all my fault. I'm sure that surprises many of you. Having some technical difficulties because I fucking Windows update.
That never happens, you know?
Never happens.
No.
So rare.
Never happens. It is it'll be a fun day here on the real BBC. I might actually grab some comic books at some point. Bagging, boarding, and chatting. Because we're finally going to get to our top 10 modern Doctor Who episodes that we teased 2 months ago. 2.5 months ago.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Finally did it. We have been pouring over our lists. We have been changing them over and over. Az probably put no, he was probably on the toilet, put his list out. MauLer and I been working hard. It was hard. It was actually really difficult.
I know what I like. I like what I know.
There you go. I appreciate that about you.
I am curious about it, where everyone's ranking all these things. It'd be fun to talk about.
A controversial number one.
Well, all right, interesting.
And you know what? I'm gonna freely admit I left one out because I knew it would go on your list. It's kind of like we can't have all the same shit.
Well, I think there's going to be plenty of cross pollination.
Yep.
I got honorable mentions. Do you guys have honorable mentions?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. I've got like 15 of them.
One of my honorable mentions is very controversial. People will be upset.
Oh, will
Fear
they?
her.
It's not Jodie Whittaker,
No,
is it?
what the
Love
fuck
and
would I
Monsters.
put that on the list?
That's my number one.
Love and Monsters.
Monsters. Yeah.
What?
The goated
Or
episode.
Kill the
It better
Moon.
fucking not be Love and
Kill
Monsters.
the
mate.
Moon, Fear Her, and Love and Monsters are the 3 worst modern Doctor Who episodes, without question. Without
Oh my god, the moon. Fuck.
Kill the Moon. It's like kill me. After
Yeah, kill me. Yeah.
And the thing is,
Kill
I think
me.
that's right before a really good episode. No, is it? Yeah, I think it's right before a really good episode. A great Capaldi episode that's in my honorable mentions. Didn't make the cut, unfortunately. We're also going to talk about other things, but first, other things and stuff. Hello, Az.
Hi,
I'm
I'm trying to
go
pick.
to you right when you were picking your teeth.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm trying to pick fork out my teeth. Hi. You're right.
How you doing?
Oh,
I'm doing all right.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Show off those.
why are you going forward
crazy.
and back so
Yeah, like
aggressively?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
oh my god.
it's Asdoc.
Just a little bit more realistic, unfortunately, than the one from Marvel.
Yeah. For those of you listening at home, Az was getting his face as close as possible. He was giving the camera a facial, basically. That's what he was doing.
I'm in a good mood because I bought a few toys, like the same one, multiple, because I wanted like army of.
Okay.
Mhm.
A few months ago,
I've done that.
and I was like, these are great. They're just too small to really go with my collection. I've heard that many times in my life, dude. I'm impervious to it now. And then the place that I got them from. I've heard that plenty of times in my life as well, which is really weird. Which is really weird when you're in bed alone with somebody.
In
suddenly,
bed
wow,
alone
and then you
with
look in the corner,
somebody?
she's hired a fucking trumpeter
Oh my god.
to stand in the corner to fucking rank your sexual performance.
At the 38 seconds, you hear that.
Well, you know, if she wanted a good time, she should have come to me.
Really, it was her fault.
But I went to the shop, the place that I got them from. The other day, I looked on the website, see what's, see if there's anything pre-ordering on the old Transformers front.
Hmm.
And they had the things that I bought a few months ago in a pack of 3, like I did a few months ago. But it said oversized. So I ordered a pack to try to see what it's like. The pack arrived today. I opened it up. I'm in heaven with what the size that they are comparative to where they're gonna go in the
As the size queen confirmed.
Yeah. So I ordered another couple of boxes to get that proper army going with it. Other than that, I'm all right. How about you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. You're a proper nerd. I appreciate that.
I know. I am.
You could give a fuck about
Believe it- no.
Ukraine and Durham report. You're like, I got bigger Transformers now. Life is good. There you go.
I got Transformers to do, and I got Lego to pre-order.
Damn straight. We got shit to do. Thanks for being here, Az. MauLer, long man.
Hello.
Long since we talked. How you doing, buddy?
I mean, how could I not talk about the event, the big event that happened, the huge event,
Oh, the really rotund event.
the rotund event? Yeah. I don't know how many people are familiar, but we actually saw Wings of Redemption and Boogie 298 box each other. That was a thing that happened. The internet made it happen.
Slap fight. It was a good slap fight.
Absolutely insane. But
Did Boogie throw a single punch? I don't even know if he's threw a single
I
punch.
think he may have like swung at something. It's hard to say. He's already since said, like, in tweets that when he got punched the first time, he just locked up and couldn't throw. And it's like, well, you're in a boxing match.
Was it not Mike Tyson himself that said everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face?
Mm-hmm. See, it would have been cool to see Mike Tyson versus Boogie, but we didn't get that.
No.
Well, DSP claimed that he could probably take Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Okay, I can see it.
That happen. Let's
I
do
can
it.
see it. Yeah.
He said that Mike Tyson's old and slow, so you know how athletic DSP is, and how
definitely.
He's known for his speed and stamina.
See, the thing is, though, Mike Tyson might have a little bit of old man strength left, and he might just kill DSP. But that's the thing. I think that's worth the risk. We should check it out.
Tyson's huge.
Not underestimate old man strength.
Tyson would. Well, I mean, number one punch over. Number two, he would rip off his head and shit down his throat.
Ew.
No, as we got to encourage DSP. DSP would win. He would probably win. You should do it. Let's set it up.
Yeah, wear his vest too when he does it.
Is the quartering really gonna box? What's that guy's name? The guy with the shirt off all the time during the streams that criticized some USA something. You didn't hear about that?
No.
Guy with the shirt off.
Who's? Oh fuck.
Cat, do you know?
Review Tech USA or some shit like that? Is that his name?
Oh,
Review Tech USA.
Yeah.
They hate each other, right? Or there's beef.
There's beef.
Beef to be boxed.
I honestly don't know what the beef is.
The beef is I don't care.
Or was that just a Twitter thing? I do not know. I do not know. Well, I'll be sure to miss that one too. I watched your coverage on the MauLer. I thought that was quite good.
I gave him all this like documentary almost. I cut that together in about 2 or 3 hours, that sequence, and I just felt like, you need to know the characters. You need to know where they came from.
Yeah.
That makes the 90 seconds of them flailing that much more interesting.
I liked it when Keem said they've been working out for this event.
And how long are the rounds? It's 3 rounds, right?
No, 3 rounds at 1 minute for these.
1 minute.
They did manage to get to round 3.
They're both past the medicals, but we're actually going to lower it to 1 minute rounds for them.
Dude, you can tell, like
30 seconds of that was Boogie having his pants taped up.
Yeah, which Keemstar I think described as awesome. When it was happening, it's like, this is awesome. And it's like, sure, man. I guess you gotta say that.
Did I text you, MauLer? And I said, this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life.
A little bit, yeah. Well, I mean, what happened was the ref was like, I gotta stop this because you're just gonna die. Like,
Yeah, she said that.
Well, that's what was happening. It's like, even everyone has said since,
himself.
like, yeah.
Oh no!
Basically, Boogie just got hit in the face over and over and over and over and over, and he just didn't do anything. So the ref is like, "Yeah, we'll just stop because
you don't want to." Yeah, you don't want to see content creators fight each other. It's just
sad.
It's sad. It's
Well,
really
like,
sad. Okay.
Fit ones, I suppose, would be better because I mean,
like Jake Paul's an idiot, but at least he goes out and gets in shape.
Yeah, I just googled the picture and Boogie looks.
If
Like
they,
he
had
can't
a
lift
year,
much.
if they had a year ahead of time, I think it would have been better if they'd given him a year and actually those guys like got in shape and fought. That would have been rad.
So I felt the same way, and then I realized, like, oh, he already had this go in this particular organization. That's why he rushed to get them in this one.
Yeah,
because the event's already sorted, so it's the way to do it. But they are probably going to do it next year as well. I don't think they've announced it, but I know Boogie said he wants to, and Wings.
I would love to see those guys shed a bunch of weight and then go.
Yeah, it would be really awesome if they could do that.
I think that would be fucking rad. Like,
that would, yeah.
And then, Keemstar could make him a deal. Like, if they go sub 300 pounds or something, that they get 30K each or something like that.
Oh shit!
Ooh. Why doesn't anyone pay me to lose weight?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you go up to 400 pounds.
Does anyone want that? I'll go to 400 pounds and then back to my
when I was streaming today, I had a very generous $100 super chat. And they said to me, if you can show yourself bench pressing 200 pounds and deadlifting 300 pounds, I think it was, I'll give you 3K. And this is a person who super chat multiple times very generously.
Have you challenge accepted?
Well, I said, maybe it might take a little bit, but it's something to aim for.
One thing about anyone who is overweight is because you have carried your weight, you are naturally stronger than most people.
Yeah, you're gonna lose some muscle along with that. But
I'm just picturing a guy who's like 500 pounds on the sofa, like, yeah, I'm pretty strong.
Yeah. I'm gonna live my body weight.
I'm just saying, like you have an advantage in a sense with at least the strength aspect, and then when you lose the weight,
this keto stuff works if you like are committed to it. It's ugly at first. We just won't get into detail.
Oh yes, post Vegas, God, one day only, thank God.
But yeah, I dropped like it took, because I'm old, it took a minute to even start. I was like, I'm just not gonna lose weight anymore. I'm too old. And then it all fell off like 2 weeks before the event. So I was very happy with that. It works. It works. You got to do those cleanses too, because it's just good for you. Clean the pipes. Clint Lormond for $200. Holy shit. Well,
come on,
thank you, Clint. Very generous. Well, if it's not my favorite YouTubers, I may not make it to Dallas after all, Gary. My mom's been in the hospital for the last month. Oh, no. Well, then take care of mom. It's cool. She's on dialysis. She's had back surgery that led to near kidney failure. Yeah, back surgeries. It's a risky venture. So we'll be taking care of her and getting her walking again. Love to everyone. Clint, you're doing the right thing. Take care of mom, please. That's my preference. Thank you for the $200. We'll be back next year. There'll be other events. Let's get mom rolling again. That's the best thing to do, especially right around Mother's. That was a crappy Mother's Day for your mom. That sucks. She's gonna be okay. That's the important part. She will be on the mend. Back surgery is brutal. Don't get it unless you absolutely. It's like hip surgery. It's like I hear too many deaths with hip surgery. I think I'll walk with a cane. I'm cool. I'm not gonna mess with like some fucking drill going in and no.
My mom's had hip surgery.
Well, your mom's tougher than me. She's had a baby too. So
three.
Yeah, she's tougher than me. Just saying. What's going on in Dallas? We're having a meetup. I'll talk about it in just a bit. But first,
people. Hi everyone. I think I'm finally almost 95% healthy. I'm still snotting out a little bit, but yeah, I'm back on keto. I'm back with my gym. I'm gardening. I'm doing all this stuff, and hopefully upping my nerd cred.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there. But now that I have time,
and it's appreciated. I mean,
I was watching Venture Brothers. We're on episode 9.
Okay, how did it take whoa. How did it take Mark so long to show you Venture Brothers? What the fuck is wrong with that peg leg dude? Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's better that I took this time. What's wrong with the peg? He has a peg leg for one. But I don't know.
Fucking Long John Silver motherfucker.
I don't know why he actually doesn't wear just a peg. But anyways, the cultural references that are in it, there are some that I would completely have missed. So it was nice having a bit of nerd schooling to understand a bit more. And it's pretty good so far. That you can see the dialogue improving, and yeah, I'm excited to get to he says that the next few seasons will get much better.
It gets so much better as it goes on, and it becomes like its own thing. It's arguably, I don't think it's arguably the best written cartoon ever as far as dialogue is concerned and character development is, and it shouldn't be. It's supposed to be a dumb little parody, but it's straight up jazz for nerds. It's for nerds. But Dr. Girlfriend's one of the greatest characters of all time.
I was so shocked when she talked. Ooh, I can't even get that low.
This hot Jackie O going, "Oh, come over here, Monarch. I'm still in love with you."
Yeah. So that is my new adventure into nerddom, I guess, if you want to call it that. So Yeah.
Girl Hitler, Tiger Bomb. Freaking, there's so many good characters, dude.
Girl Hitler.
Girl Hitler is one of my
I
favorites.
literally thought you were talking about X-Ray Gun.
Oh.
Well, he's mistaken.
When it comes to my dogs, sure, I'll I don't know. Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay. What do you
Just
want to
cute ones in this
with?
house?
The magic ratio. What's like real? No, you don't. You made a video on it. It was a really good.
No, I'm just doing a. I don't know.
The magic ratio, which is Queen Cleopatra. Let's take a look at Cleopatra. Making waves in the culture war. Where's Rotten Tomatoes? There it is. I think it climbed up to 2%. It's still at 2%.
Climbed up to 2%.
It is doubled in user ratings since yesterday.
No, it's gone up by 100%.
No, but it used to be 2,500 plus as. Now it's 5,000 plus. So
they should make an article. Increase audience score by 100%. It's true.
Yeah.
That's
Cleopatra's score goes up by 100% after being savaged.
Oh, that's painful.
Gary, it's gone up by 1% on the right, but it's gone down by 1% on the left.
Had to draw power from somewhere.
Okay, so I watched.
Disney have been moving the numbers again.
I watched 15 minutes of this, and I couldn't do it. I was gonna maybe I'll do a video. I'll watch an episode and see if I'm gonna review the series. And it's like, no, I'm out. When I'm agreeing, sorry, this is gonna be for the Forbidden Frontier folks. When I'm agreeing with Zahi Hawass on fucking anything, you're bad. Your show is fucking bad. So Zahi Hawass used to be the administrator of all antiquities and stuff in Egypt until he got busted for corruption. He's been replaced a couple of times. He's a corrupt fucking bastard. But he's right on this. But he's right. Cleopatra wasn't black. And if you look into the details, if you go to the credits, by the way, it says it's a docudrama, but they're presenting it as a documentary. It also says that they took major, I'm paraphrasing, but they took major liberties with characters, which is obvious. But I have a quote that proves, I put that quote, it's buried in here in our research. I read it last night on my Square Up, but I will read it again once I can. I don't know. Lady Grimmaster's really doing her job. Put a lot of research in here. I'm be scrolling for a minute here. Give me a moment. Yeah, there's too much.
While we're waiting, I'd just like to sing a number by Bon Jovi.
There's too much stuff in here. Go ahead. No, fuck you.
We're halfway there, and
yeah, Gary, you're halfway there yet?
No, I can't even find it now. There's too much stuff.
Well, I guess we'll keep living on a prayer then.
Living on a prayer.
Nope.
Do you want me to read some super chats maybe in the meantime?
Chat while I'm looking through all of this stuff.
Okay, sounds good. We got Branch Covidian 19 for 199 saying hail to the fellowship. Daryl Wiegand for 199. Rest in peace, John Bartolo. Has it been a year yet? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my god, rest in peace, John. Ryan Benoit for 9.99, just dropping a line to say hail to the fellowship. Thank you, Ryan.
Speaking of, no, that's not a very tactful segue. But did you know that they just killed Ms. Marvel in the comics?
What?
Oh, well, my God, they fucking did something good.
Yeah, but this is the mentality of Marvel. You have the Marvels coming out, and you've just killed Ms. Marvel in the comics.
Okay. And you know,
oh my God, Aaron, can we quickly share
something, and then I found what I was looking for.
Okay, so we know that we know this, yeah.
Oh my God, Sid!
This is Ms. Marvel's death pick.
Oh.
Whoa! What?
Really?
I didn't know it was a comedy. I didn't know it was a comedy.
Yeah.
No.
Corporate
Why?
says it's the same picture.
You say death pick. I say it looks like anal.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
That's rough, dude. That's rough.
Yeah, that's saying something. All right.
Yeah, considering it's Marvel, yeah.
So
Ooh.
with Queen Cleopatra, there is a Washington Post article that basically, I'm going to sum it up. You're all racist and white supremacist. Doesn't matter.
Yay.
Your colorism. If you don't like this show, you're a racist. But
so they have the wrong race as Cleopatra. They have the wrong race for the vast majority of the cast. They know this. They've said they know this. They said that this is a reimagining. But if you don't like our black characters, you're racist.
Yep. In turn, being racist by not being historically accurate and calling Egyptians, where Cleopatra was the last pharaoh of Egypt, Greek, but Egypt, calling them racist. So in a guest column for Variety, the show's director, Tina Garavi, said her research on the Hellenistic era queen, who she writes was 8 generations away from her Platonic aunt. What is it? Ptolemaic?
Where are you?
It's so small I can't read it.
PTOL.
Ptolemaic.
Ptolemaic.
Ancestry.
That's Ryan knows.
Led her to realize, and here's the quote I wanted to get to anyway, what a political act it would be to see Cleopatra portrayed by a black actress.
What?
So,
what a political act. Yes.
What a political act it would be to see Cleopatra played by a black actress. So it's a political act.
Yeah.
They just admitted it. It's a political act. It wasn't, this was the best actress for the job. It wasn't the most accurate for this documentary. It was a political act. Now, hey, far be it from me to question Jada Pinkett Smith. She found the truth. All of the scholars, all of the archaeologists over, hundreds of years were all wrong. Jada Pinkett Smith figured it out.
Do you know what else was missing from her experts?
Experts.
That's a very good one.
Experts.
That's a very good one.
One of the experts hasn't gotten her PhD yet.
No, and another one was an assistant.
Yeah.
But she made sure there wasn't a single white man in the experts.
Yeah.
Hey Gary, in all fairness though, look, I've got to come to the defense of Cleopatra because one of the experts said that her grandma says she was black no matter what you get taught in school.
You know what? My grandma told me fucking Santa Claus was real. So did my parents, the lying bastards. I had to find out from my friends.
He is real. What do you mean?
Oh, sorry, MauLer. Never mind. You didn't.
I met him like 3 days ago. He's got big plans this year. Bigger plans than usual. He's got big
plans. I saw Violent Night. That was fun. I thought it was a fun movie.
Did you see Santa Inc?
I did. I watched all of Santa Inc. and did a review.
You poor soul.
I did not.
That's why I have trouble remembering my kids' names now. It was brain damage. Brain damage. But
sorry, Maneba came around for something that got dropped off for me today.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we disturbing?
It's not your fault. Don't worry.
So here we go. Historical, and by the way, there's major historical inaccuracies in the show. I can't wait.
Yeah, Cleopatra's black.
Well, I mean, besides that, yes. Oh my God.
That's fascinating to me that they actually had the balls to call it a documentary. It's amazing.
If there's inaccuracies, how dare they?
Well, it's as historical as Bridgerton is.
Yeah, or Amblan. You know, they've been doing it, but this is like the whole 2 + 2 = 5 shit that we're going through that pop culture is a part of. They are trying to push mistruth. They're trying to create reality that doesn't exist. They're trying to force us to say 2 + 2 = 5, and we're not going to do it. Fuck you. Fuck you. So you pissed off an entire country, Netflix, and the critics they're not even backing your shit. The ones who are brave enough to even review it, most of them are cowards and won't review it.
But they won't. They can't touch it because they know that if they say it's good, then they'll get absolutely slammed because of how inaccurate it actually is. And if they say it's bad, then that could lose them favor with their beloved access because these people don't have integrity. There's zero integrity here. Your job as a critic is to review this. Now, you might have your speciality, but if you go to, let's just pick another documentary somewhere, I can guarantee you it's got a lot more than 10 review, from critics. It just shows exactly how personally orientated, selfishly orientated they actually are.
Yeah. And that's what this for one, this is supposed to be a series of African queens, and there were certainly African queens. Why'd you have to make one up? There's plenty. What? Because it wouldn't have the impact. Well, make something good. But this is from Jada Pinkett Smith. I know I got to keep his wife's name out my mouth.
I know. But look, in all fairness, you got to give her some credit because she actually managed to find time between sucking her son's best friend's cock to make this.
Gonna say that.
Nice.
Listen, Jada is the epitome of the American dream. A no-talent actress marrying the right guy to become a producer to produce fucking shit, and she still gets invited to the Oscars. She's rich. Yeah. That's the American dream. You can suck too and still make it to the top as long as you suck your way to the top.
Oh, she sucked all right.
Yeah.
You fucking
She
sucked.
sucked it all up.
Sucking.
She could suck a golf ball up a 12-foot hosepipe.
Oh my God.
She could start a petrol lawnmower.
Yeah.
As long as the person was 21 years old and her son's best friend. Then go on a TV show and emasculate your husband and ask him what he thinks about that. And obviously it had no effect on Will Smith because he acted perfectly rationally in the future going forward.
Yeah, that didn't affect it.
She should be on MILF Manor.
She would fuck her son. She'd be the first person.
The historical inaccuracies or hysterical inaccuracies displayed as facts just to fit an idea someone had. No real coherent thought was put into this documentary at all. If the show was fiction, it'd be okay, maybe, but it's presented to the viewers as a snarky, stuck up, in your face, believe what I do or else I hate you way. It doesn't matter what you believe in a documentary. All that matters is what you know, what is commonly known, what is true. I agree. Oh, there's a 5-star one. With all the backlash about the show, I had to watch it with Cleopatra heritage factually unknown because no one knows who her mother was. This gripe about skin color just shows how racist the world is. I saw the show past skin color. Wish my reviewers would do the same. Elaine.
I mean, apart from all the paintings, pictures, sculptures, statues, everything which makes her look exceedingly Greek in nature. Don't worry about those. Those people that made them thousands and thousands of years ago were just racisms. Because they went, hey, in the future, they're going to be... I can't. I just can't. I'm so fucking done with this shit.
It's so... Like, this is peak woke Hollywood, dude. Like,
this is like saying, right, Batman's black, but Batman's Bruce Wayne's white. Yeah. but if you don't like it, you're racist. We know he's white, but if you don't like our black Batman, you're racist. Wait a minute, you're just saying that you know that you're doing wrong, but you're doing it provocatively. You're doing it to cut. But there again, we live in victim culture. So are you really surprised? Because this is just another thing for them for victimhood to be brought out again. You know, these people who've been held down, who live in their multi-million-dollar mansions in Beverly Hills, who have been held back by the man and the system, everybody.
Yep.
Looking down at the working person, the working man, the working woman, and telling them what to believe. Never mind truth. Believe what our fucking woke ideology, which is basically a religion now. Ah, fuck yourself. Jada, I don't know anyone apart from maybe Adam Cesspit who is more unlikable than Jada Pinkett Smith on the planet.
I can't even
really
remember
don't.
what she's been in other than she played Fish Mooney in fucking Gotham, right?
Yeah, and everyone hated her in that, so they got rid of her after one season.
She was Niobe in the famous Matrix sequels that everyone liked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, nobody liked
Wasn't
her
in the
then.
first
How
one.
memorable.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so fucking bad in Gotham, dude. She, like,
Fish Mooney. Yeah.
It's Fish Mooney.
It's Fish Mooney because you fucking stink.
Ugh.
Is that an actual character name from
like
the comics?
It was no. It was made for the show. Her character was made
Mooney
for the
was
show.
from comics. I thought so.
Fish Mooney?
Mooney. Not
Fish Mooney.
I could be wrong.
Let's get our science team on that.
I don't fucking know. The chat will figure it out.
Unless it's pre-Batman 300. I don't recall any Fish Mooney or Mooney being from 300
I thought it
onwards.
was an older character repurposed as a black woman, but I could be wrong.
Oh, it might be an older character repurposed as a black one for sure.
Yeah. Hey, we got some other news. So the writer strike's going on.
Nobody can tell.
Nobody can tell at this moment. Nobody can tell at this moment. But
It would be funny if they were like, "This is why the Marvels will be bad." You're like, you don't get to use that excuse, but even still.
No, well, I mean, Disney's in a bad place. We know that. Like, Guardians is doing well after a really low opening weekend. So, I mean, you can I think it kind of evens out.
We said for months before that it was going to mean nothing for the MCU. It's not going to help them.
Oh, I thought it was going to make more. I thought it was going to make, between 650, 750, maybe even $800 million. That's what I've always thought. I thought it would be good. I thought people would like it. Actually, I think people are liking it less than I thought they would, but more people are liking it, and it's not going to mean anything. James Gunn is gone. All this cast is gone, and we're right back to your regular scheduled MCU right after this with the Marvels. It has nothing to do with Phase 5 at all. And then there's this. Disney hit with investor suit over alleged cost-shifting scheme. Streaming division. Uh-oh. Now,
oopsies.
Oopsie, and they're trying to make Bob Chapek the fall guy. This is
again.
Bullshit. Yeah, again. He's gone, dude. The thing is, the reason I think the investors are focusing on Bob Chapek is because they don't want to lose their investment right now if they focused on Iger, who, listen, there was arguments that Bob Chapek was doing this kind of shit at the park. The arguments, there was accusations, and that just kind of went under the rug, right? And I'm not surprised. And I'll say this as a matter of opinion. I think every streamer is doing this. Every single one is shifting and moving and hiding their numbers because they're low. Investors, you got played. You got played. This was a big fart in the wind. What they didn't count on is every studio starting their own streaming services, and they have to pay for storage and data. That shit's expensive as hell. Then they have to lose all their licensing fees because they're bringing everything in. and they have to rely on subscribers. Well, there was a nice little boom when everybody was at home during COVID, during that forced lockdown over a cold, and the bubble burst. It just wasn't reality. Like, people weren't gonna, like, there's too many streaming services, they're too expensive. This is like, if you got every streaming service, that'd be way more than cable, like way more. I think pretty much everyone has said once the streaming quote unquote wars are over, there'll be like 4 or 5 streamers left, and the rest will have to license or be a part of something else. And that's clearly what's going to happen. So the investors are now losing money. And well, you got duped. That's your own fucking fault. There was a lot of people telling you, I wouldn't invest into this. Not a good investment, because the stories suck. Like, you want good stories on your streaming service. And we've gone, Disney Plus can't have rated R programming. It's a lot of kid shit that's been out there forever. And they fucked up their 2 biggest IPs, Star Wars and Marvel. So bad investment, I would think.
Don't forget their remakes too. Some of them don't. Some of them make over $1 billion, yeah. But Little Mermaid, what's the expectation on that one? Don't know yet.
And if it goes to the rest of the live actions, it should do well.
Well, some of them, they get shoved onto streaming, right? Like, isn't that what the Pinocchio film got?
Little Mermaid's cinematic release, though.
No, I know, but like, it's just the overall. Some of them make shit done. Some of them get squirreled away, and we never hear about them again.
Yeah, I don't think Little Mermaid's making $1 billion. That's just me. There's too much coming out right after it. Fast X is before it, and then right after it, you got Flash.
Indiana Jones.
And
Phoebe Waller-Bridge can fuck off. Stupid cow.
Everybody saw that clip, right?
Everybody's seen it.
Yeah. All the franchises she's in.
It was bad. That was very, very bad. A suit filed on May 12th in California federal court accuses Disney of engaging in a fraudulent scheme designed to hide Disney Plus costs and make forecasts that it would be profitable by 2024 believable. It takes aim at ousted CEO Bob Chapek's alleged cost-shifting scheme to first air certain shows meant for Disney Plus originals on legacy TV networks to conceal the platform suffering decelerating subscriber growth, losses, and cost overruns, the suit says. Didn't Andor, didn't they put it on Hulu or something? They did something with Andor. Yeah, it wasn't just on Disney Plus. I read it. They put it on Hulu or something. Help me, chat. I don't want to look it up. I want to be lazy. They did something with Andor. Like, I don't know if they put it on broadcast or something to stir up more interest in it. I wonder if that has something to do with it too.
Do you remember when CBS said, why don't we put Discovery's first season on actual TV? And nobody watched it.
Yep.
And he got 1.5 million in a slot that should be getting around 7 million.
And you don't think that was used to maybe shift around some costs and hide some subscribers? And they put the premiere episode on national TV too. And it actually got really good ratings because nobody had seen Star Trek for a while. I think it's like 8 million viewers. It had like a fucking insane number that dropped immediately. So the suit details Disney pivoting to prioritizing streaming amid the pandemic, while most of the company's business suffered as its theme parks, resorts, and cruise lines were shuttered and movie theaters were forced to close. Subscriptions to Disney Plus rapidly took off. Against the backdrop, Chapek decided to go all in on the platform, announcing a major reorganization of the company's media and entertainment operations under the new reorg. I think it's like that was the second of the third reorgs we've had in the last 2 years at Disney, by the way. And commercialization activities were centralized into Disney Media and entertainment distribution, blah, blah, blah. This is really boring shit. But basically, they went to ads. They reorganized and because this shit wasn't making money. So, I'm not here to defend Bob Chapek. I don't think he's a good guy. I think they're all bad guys. I think he was a weak, bad guy who I guess just tried to, make the company profitable. But the ESG didn't like that. From December 20 to November 22nd, Chapek and Daniel repeatedly misled investors about the success of Disney Plus by concealing the true costs of the platform and the difficulty of maintaining robust subscriber growth, in addition to claiming that it was on track to achieve profitability with 230 to 260 million paid global subscribers by the end of 2024, where it's nowhere near, by the way.
No.
How far away is 2024, by the way, guys?
Just over 6 months away, dude.
Over 6 months away.
And they've got back-to-back big losses in subscribers right now. 2 more quarters to report on. I'm rooting for you.
This includes allegedly fraudulent plan to debut certain shows that were supposed to be Disney Plus originals, including Doogie Kamalea Lola. What the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. This show, I shit ye not. This is the Doogie Howser MD remake with a black little girl. Girl of ethnic color, black little girl now instead of a little gay guy.
And
Patrick Harris.
Is that show still around?
Doogie Howser MD or this one?
No, Doogie
Kamala Khan. No, I don't know.
Kamala Harris. Doogie Kamala Harris.
What is happening?
I'm gonna have a stab in the dark and say it might have got cancelled.
I've never even heard of it.
I heard.
Don't worry, not many people have.
Okay, so either way,
I don't know I can't remember what network it is, but isn't there a network that's come out with a show called Autistic Doctor or something?
Oh, you're talking about The Good Doctor?
The Good Doctor.
And he just like does like autisms and then solves.
That's apparently that's been out for some time. It's only been found by memes recently, though.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that in 10 years people are gonna go, they actually put that out.
In all fairness,
away with it apparently for a
if
long
you go
time.
back to the 80s right now, the stuff that you would find.
That's the thing, though. It's not old. Like, it's not super old. It's a couple of years, right?
Right.
So
that there are so many shows out, right? This is where the writers are screwed because, like, the Mysterious Benedict Society. Ever heard of it?
No.
Neither have I.
Is it something to do with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Maybe they're trying to design him a better wig for Doctor Strange. I don't know. By doing so, so they put a couple of shows on regular TV networks like the Disney Channel. By doing so, a significant portion of the marketing and production costs of the show were shifted away from Disney Plus and onto legacy platform, reads the complaint. The suit says the plan was a motivating factor behind the reorganization, which was announced a month before the Mysterious Benedict Society went into production. It also takes issues with statements from Chapek in December 2020 that touted gains. Disney Plus has exceeded our wildest expectations with 86.8 million subscribers as of December 2nd. He said, this success has bolstered our confidence in our continued acceleration towards a DTC first business model, boring. So he lied and your investment died. There you go. And that's why they're merging with Hulu to hide more. They're merging with Hulu. Oh, they're not going to. Like, Bob Iger's always been honest, guys. He's never lied to us. He's never lied to the public. He's an upstanding former weatherman. Disney just can't stay out of the news for a fucking week. They can't. It's kind of funny.
That's because the network is what I call it now. It's just this is what happens when you stop producing entertainment.
Yep.
This is a knockback from it. You can ESG all you want. Doesn't it look like Vanguard's turning on BlackRock at the moment?
It does.
It looks like Vanguard's turning on BlackRock because they want to go full Highlander. There can be only one.
Mm-hmm.
And so all this ESG shit that they're all been fighting for, that's been getting funded, because Disney are clearly getting funding from either BlackRock or Vanguard. Clearly,
yes,
with what they're pushing.
or they really agree with all of their stances.
Yeah,
by accident. I don't know. What a winky dink.
Hold on, my source is coming in for that, dude. It's trust me, bruh.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bruh. On that one, the source on that one. So if they actually start going up against each other, if Vanguard does make a move against BlackRock, then and if this ESG stuff for the moment will probably get knocked, they might get knocked down. There is going to be a lot of fucking mess going on with everyone that's been supporting this ESG bullshit. A lot.
Yeah.
And Disney, a prime example, because Disney are dying on this hill. This is a hill that, with stress, this is a hill that they're going to die on. They're doing it with Marvel. They're doing it with their live actions. They're doing it with their animations. Everything is not just infected. It's now the core feature of everything that they're doing is ESG based. And entertainment's gone. It's out the window. So of course there's something to report on with them every fucking week. Because this whole shit is just unraveling. This is non-sustainable. You can get as much funding as you want, but if nobody's watching your fucking shit at the end of the day, if you've eroded your customer base to such a large degree at the end of the day, who's there to pat you on the fucking back?
Yeah, it's not like this endless fun of it's investments. So they do expect some kickback, and they really just thought this would work. They, I know it's incredible. A bunch of fucking bankers are completely disconnected from the rest of the general public and have no idea what people actually like. I know this. Some people might find this surprising, but that's one of the with the writer's strike going on. Like I completely agree with the corporatism that the WGA is complaining about. I'm completely agree, and show us the fucking numbers. The problem is this pie that they all want a piece of is shrinking, and and this is going to be a purge. This is going to be a purge because the writers are responsible too. They wrote a bunch of really fucking horrible shit. This has been Hollywood's worst era by far, which should have been like a renaissance. You're getting into this new era of the prestige TV show, which is building over time, which quite frankly, the BBC, I would argue, invented. And then HBO worked on for a long time, and they just weren't ready for it. And they had a bunch of people who made movies, trying to write TV shows with no fucking experience. And now all of them want guaranteed jobs from the shit that they wrote. So it's not more profitable because the writing was bad. So we need more good writers, less bad writers. And I got a video coming out. Like somebody claims that bad writers are a myth. They're not a myth. They are a reality.
I'd say good writers are a myth.
Yeah, exactly. So here we are. And now investors are suing Disney. And who knows what'll come with? Probably nothing. We'll see. It depends on, or is Bob Chapek going to go to jail for fraud, or is he ain't going to be paying any of this money? Disney would be in the lawsuit. I saw Tom in there. What's up, Tom? They meant miss like all of them are chicks bed bump. Yes. Hey, we got a trailer that came out a couple days ago.
Oh my God.
You want to watch it? Oh, actually, sure. Gone. I guess.
Is that enough?
I'm back.
Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Fuck this shit. I'm out. Don't worry. I got it. Hopefully we won't get nailed for this.
You never know these days. You never know.
Could happen even a week later.
Oh, there we go. Stop. Haven't talked about Doctor Who for a while. Because
why?
I wonder why. Well, it's one of those franchises that was absolutely murdered by the British equivalent to ESG, which were the BBC's inclusivity and diversity standards that were put in well before they were being implemented here in America, or strongly implemented. And it goes way back. And it destroyed a show that is like part of the cultural fabric of a country. Something we don't have. We don't have. I've mentioned it before. I think it's Voyage of the Damned. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think is one of the most watched Doctor Who episodes. It had like 13 million people watch it live.
Somewhere around there.
And how many people are in your, how many people are in your country?
65 million.
So it's like a sixth of your country.
A lot of people.
That's a lot of fucking people.
It's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people watching that.
A lot
show.
of people.
Kind of popular. Little popular.
A little bit.
People liked it. And it had all the momentum in the world. Then they started implementing this stuff. Poor Peter Capaldi was saddled with some bad episodes. He did the best he could with some like, and Stephen Moffat, like what the fuck happened to him? Not really sure.
Something. I don't know.
It's
funny.
like,
As someone who dipped out a little before his era was even like, fully in flux. I remember people saying like, oh damn it, he was really good when he had his singular episodes. What happened when we gave him arcs and stuff? And it was like, I guess that's what happens when you take that kind of writing ethic for individual episodes that are run on lots of mysterious elements, and they have to expand into a whole season, several seasons. I don't want to, go too far ahead too quick, but one of the episodes I've got on my list involves the introduction of a character from him that, from what I've heard, once his story is full and complete, it's not as satisfying as one may have expected from when she was introduced. But hey, I don't know. I'll ask you guys about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll talk about our top 10s, but I judged the individual episode on the individual episode.
Yeah.
I think that was the best way to go, because like some things were set up that just didn't come to fruition, but the setup was still fucking good. You gotta like admit that, but we'll get to that.
Agreed.
So Doctor Who is my number one murdered franchise. If you go look at my top 5 murdered franchises, that list has not changed. Might have a couple to add maybe in the future, but number one is Doctor Who. It's worse than Star Wars. It's worse than Star Trek, because yes, they did absolutely vandalize the main character, but Doctor Who wanted to take it a step further. They kind of said, hold my Bud Light. Let's go back in time and retcon the origin and do it in the worst, cheapest, laziest fucking way possible. A 5-minute montage with a voiceover replacing William Hartnell, the first Doctor, with a little black girl who was thrown through a portal and randomly found by an explorer
and regenerated.
Died.
And then she fell off a cliff and died in the most peaceful and loving way, and then was tortured and regenerated over and over again. So Tecteun could steal the regeneration power and create the Time Lords. Just completely forgetting Rassilon. Like not even mentioning. Or Omega. So
Omega, no.
So that, I mean, like they went back and retconned the entire fucking show. And they wedged in the first black female Doctor, who I think, what have they said? And they made it canon in a comic book. They felt so strongly about it. They made it canon in a comic book that sold like 5,000 copies. And I think they wedged her, correct me if I'm wrong, Chet, because I didn't want, I was fucking out after that. They wedged her in between 2 and 3 or something like that. Is that where she is?
That's the prediction, I believe. I don't know if it's canonical, but that's what some people. She's not, because she's not a Doctor.
And I do want to point out that it was a brief period and didn't have a ton of votes, but Doctor Who season 12 did reach the mythical 0% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. It did. And it deserved it. Absolutely deserved it. So it's led to this. Az and I did a stream after The Timeless Children. We did other streams. We've done streams with MauLer. We're like, this fucker's dead. Deader than dead. They just killed it. And the only chance they have is to, bring back David Tennant. I never thought RTD would come back.
No, I didn't.
Well,
it's so funny to anybody who's even further outside of it than I am, that you're like, oh, what are they doing? It's like bringing back one of the favored Doctors of the new era and the favored writer. And you're like, wow. It's like, yeah, wow. Like, this is not something you'd ever expect to fucking happen, but you know, will it be enough to do anything to even move the needle? I
It's
imagine
so-
that people will come back to see Tenant. This is, you know,
Yeah, this is like it is desperation to bring back Tenet and Tate and RTD, and they had to be desperate because they killed the franchise. And there's the news out there that the show was almost canceled. No, the show was canceled. It was done. They canceled the show, sent Chibnall and Jody their walking papers. They were actually commissioned for more episodes, and they had basically taken what that season was and spread it out, with a couple of specials and stuff. That was just the season they were commissioned. That was it. And they were done after that. Then Sony, so Bad Wolf comes in. Sony, which was in charge of Bad Wolf, but now they're working with fucking Disney, which is like our worst nightmare. That's right. This is Disney's Doctor Who, and it's not just them putting it on their platform. They have say in the production. RTD has come out and said that there is notes from Disney. So how does that make you feel as a Brit, as MauLer?
as if it wasn't dead enough. Like, why do we need to add a few more bullets into the corpse? Like, why? It's such strange news. Like, oh, it'll be canceled. No, it won't be canceled. It'll be controlled by Disney. You're like, what?
So we're like, yeah. Oh,
well, you're in the position that fucking Star Wars fans are in, which is like, just stop. Just don't make any more of it. It's done. You killed it. It's dead. Go make something else.
We're in a position South Park was in when it was talking about the fourth. Apparently, there's a fourth Indiana Jones movie. They're raping Indy. Yeah, they're literally just raping the corpse.
As a Brit, how does that make you feel? Disney having say in Doctor Who.
Not so good.
Not so good. The whole thing's really weird because Russell T Davies coming back, massive yay. Russell T Davies over recent years, massive not so much. Bringing back Tennant, massive yay. Casting other personnel, not so much.
Are we talking about Rose? The very
Rose, Geek's Monsoon, the 18-year-old.
18-year-old manual transmission. And naming Rose.
Well, I think because if I'm correct, at the beginning of this, Donna's not going to know who the Doctor is.
Right.
So maybe it's a residual coming through that made her name her son Rose. I mean, daughter Rose.
Well, and it looks like they're going to undo the Dr. Donna, which I hate. I don't like that.
Well, no, because they're gonna make her remember probably.
Well, when we see the trailer, you'll see in the trailer.
They might put it back at the end or something.
They might, It may be great. I don't know, but I was doing a live stream when they announced Shooty Gatwa, and it was I think it was before the BAFTAs. So there was they were doing some press and they were talking to Shooty and RTD. So I'm like, all right, let's give this guy a chance, man. I didn't watch anything else he's in. We'll see what kind of range he's got, whatever. Doctor's a dude. What? Okay, let's take a look. And through the course of the interview, the very little hope I had died immediately. When they just started talking about diversity and inclusion, I'm like, oh, fuck. God dang it. So
and Shooty kept calling Doctor he and then correcting himself to they.
Yep.
Because clearly, again, it's a pronoun thing. We've got to get pronoun correct. The worst thing that ever happened to Doctor Who was being able to regenerate into the other because there's only two genders.
So you want to take a look at this?
Oh,
let's take a look. See.
You'd have to stop it with great regularity because it's the BBC.
Yep.
Or run it through once and then chop it out later.
I mean, I hate to lose the chat. We'll see if we can. Has the BBC been hitting people on this?
Oh, the BBC always. Well, they just hit people if you for using the stuff. Period.
I could fight it because it's transformative and it's absolutely okay to be transformative. So we'll just stop it a lot. I mean, we're not known for doing that, especially MauLer. MauLer's not known for stopping trailers.
No.
He lets them play all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't torture us. Oh, well, hopefully we will add some levity to it, chat. Some levity.
Levity.
Here, let's do it.
Stop.
There it is right there. Why did this face come back?
Yeah, that's that's what makes me think Donna knows now. She's got a memory.
Well, they're definitely going to have a memory come back. Why would they wouldn't miss that opportunity, would they? Because they know what people want to see. It's fucking Donna and the Doctor having banter. They're going to have that anyway.
But they just did that with Clara, and then they let the
Nobody
Doctor get all
likes
his
Clara.
memories.
I like Clara in
for her first season. She was
3 episodes.
very good.
In 3 episodes, she's fantastic. The rest of them, she's kind of insufferable.
I really like Jenna Coleman though.
If they had if they originally had her, she was going to be fun, flirty, and then Moffat got called sexist and took it like man, that bothered the shit out of him, and he like rewrote so much stuff. There was also a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes because Matt Smith was on his way out, and so was Karen, and he was doing Sherlock. He had too much on his plate, but dude. Honorable mention. I'll give you one of my honorable mentions. Asylum of the Daleks, dude. It's a fucking awesome episode. It's got one of the creepiest concepts of the Daleks ever. And what they do to poor Jenna Coleman's character is horrifying. And they show you nothing. They tell you what happened. And that's why it's one of my honorable mentions. Great episode, Asylum of the Daleks. All right, here we go.
This face come back to say goodbye. I don't think that's a plane. It's a spaceship.
It's a spaceship in trouble. I'm just stopping it to be transformative.
That's
There
Rose inverted commas.
There's Rose. Yep.
I'm sure it's.
I like
Not
Tennant's suit. I like his look, his different look.
Yeah, it's like a tartanish suit.
Yeah.
But blue. It does look good.
I will get the action figure.
Oh, yeah, the 1 in 6 will look great.
1 in 6 will look great, and I'll get the little plastic one because I have every version of. I'm looking at the wall right now. I have every repaint, everything. They were good little action figures they made back in the day when the show was popular. Little 5-inch action figures.
Awesome.
Great paint jobs. Great sculpts. They all fucking looked like. I don't know how you guys pulled it off over there, but those are some of the best action figures ever made. As far as little plastic guys.
Ship in trouble.
Did that? Okay. So we're getting the name of each episode.
Yeah.
That doesn't look that good.
No.
But
it could be an armor. It could be armor.
Yeah. And it could be like just a throwaway thing. But we got the Star Beast is the first episode.
I'm sorry, Donna.
I mean, Tennant looks awesome.
He looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, he does look awesome.
What's that? That wasn't a very enthusiastic. Yeah, MauLer, you want to elaborate on that? Yeah.
I don't know. How many times have I seen a thing that makes me excited in any way, shape, or form?
I know.
Fucking horrifying. As soon as you, especially things that are like when you steal all the. I was gonna say superficial. It's like it is kind of. It's David Tennant's a fucking great actor. He's coming in. And he's gonna do his job. What's the script gonna be?
It's an RTD script, so I expect the script to be pretty good.
Well,
I just look. I know that Doctor Who is about using imagination, but just some things, I'm fucking sick and tired of. My imagination can only stretch so far.
Right? And it looks
Maybe
like
to help me, because he's my favorite Doctor easily. I loved his era when I first saw it, first came out, and he fucking earned me liking him too, because I didn't like him at first, just because he was new. It was very very petty, but that's just how it goes when you lose a Doctor you really enjoy, which is I really liked Eccleston. So and his journey is done. And then you have, was it Day of the Doctor was the special he came back with for which I'm not gonna say it's like perfect or anything, but I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it, and it's just every time you add on to the story, you're like, maybe don't just leave it, but it's too late for that, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, this is a desperate move that requires desperate measures to not get. As I said in multiple videos, and you guys have said it too, you're not going to get all of your audience back. You're just not. This is going to be a big deal. The ratings for these will be pretty damn good. You got
should be. I would predict 6 to 8 million.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people saying like, "Oh man, I haven't seen Doctor Who in years, but I remember David Tennant's Doctor. I might check this out."
Yeah. But what's it going to lead to is Shooty got was, and that's the question.
Well, I mean,
it tends to be.
It looks like they've got a good assistant for Shooty.
Well, they brought back the old
they got a young girl, very pretty. She's only like 19.
Yep.
So gonna have a lot of energy. He's young. He's in his 20s or early 30s. So there should be a lot of energy in the show.
Is he going to play it straight?
Well, that's the elephant in the room, and I ain't talking Lizzo.
Murray Gold is back.
He is.
That's a good move.
This is it. There's so many good things which Russell T Davies is doing. He's got Tennant back to lead us into Shooty Gatwa. If these 3 episodes are good, I'd be very inclined to give Shooty a try. No problem. I like the look of the assistant. Looks like, again, we might get a little bit of fun and flirty going on. But there is so much weirdness going on in terms of the casting choices and clearly identitarian choices. And I'm just like, can we just have a fun fucking show back without this bullshit, please? Can you swallow your fucking pride long enough to just give the 99% of the world something to fucking enjoy for a change, instead of all fucking day, every channel, every show, every movie, the same old fucking shit thrown at us, and then turn around and go, well, you're all racists and bigots. Well, do you know what? You are going to make more racists and bigots by doing this than anyone else.
Yep.
With your whole fucking, we're better than everyone. You've got to accept. It's no longer acceptance. It's you've got to celebrate this. Why? Do what you want to do in your spare fucking time. None of my fucking business. This isn't something to be celebrated. You don't get a fucking gold star for taking it in another orifice. Where's my fucking trophy cabinet? For smashing some Vargu. Where's mine? Where's my fucking awards? Where's my fucking rosettes? I did this one last in 2 holes, 3 holes in one night. Where's my fucking award?
Ew.
Going to the real
I didn't
BBC.
need to know that.
In a surprising order as well.
TMI, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
but this is just, it's like a fucking, it's some sort of content, it's some sort of awards. Look at me, look, it's no longer, you can't just be gay anymore. Now you got to be fucking gay and dressed in a skirt and fucking makeup And then no, it's no good. You can't do that. Now you got to be gay, fucking dressed in a skirt and makeup with a fucking beard and a fucking hairy chest hanging out. And then you got, and everyone's got to turn around and go, oh, you're so fucking stunning and brave. Oh, you're so fucking stunning and brave. I'm fucking bored.
Yeah.
I just want my fucking show. I just want to fucking sit down and enjoy a show without Russell T Davis going, well, it's not LGBT. It's not LGB without the T. And have this all fucking thrown with some 18-year-old who's no doubt been fucking groomed to fuck to be put in this fucking show for 3 episodes as a what? 3 episodes and out the door. As some fucking as your boys that would say, some purse puppy to be fucking waved around. And then you turn it on, let's turn it on to a Disney show. Oh, there we go. There's another fucking, let's turn it on to the Marvels. Oh, there we go. We got some communism thrown in for good fucking measure. Let's turn it on to this TV show. Oh, there it is again. It's every fucking where. Everywhere.
And they wonder why they're not making any money.
I know, so fucking bizarre.
Is gone. There's no more money to pay the writers who were getting paid before, who probably shouldn't have been paid. Who shouldn't have been paid. And now you have to dump the Brinks truck at RTD and David Tennant to try to save your fucking show, which you didn't need to do this. You could have just, what Az said, you could have just given us a normal Doctor Who show and it might have rebounded.
I assume that's why Az is saying all this, is that we've got all the resources we need now. The good show is easy to make.
We've got the writer, we've got the musician, we've got the star, we have everything, we have the ingredients for the perfect cake, and yet somebody wants to make fucking guacamole out of it.
Right. You got to have the desire to actually want to make a good show with mass appeal. And we'll find out.
Yeah, I watched all of Flux, by the way. I don't remember anything.
Well, neither did any of the writers, because the Flux thing just all of a sudden didn't fucking matter after the specials. Remember, the Flux destroyed most of the universe, MauLer.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I forgot about that in the last 2 specials.
Remember how that Claire woman knew who they were when she first bumped into them? And then that wasn't ever explained.
Never again. I know. It's so funny.
I just love the idea that, like, if you ask Russell T, like, so how does the Flux play into this? He'd probably be like, huh?
What the flux is a flux?
What the flux?
Yeah. MauLer, I watched every single episode of Jodie's Era twice, and I cannot be bothered to remember any of that shit except for the Timeless Children. It's the only one that's seared in my mind.
It's a real thing where you go through like a whole show, but there's parts you remember because of how meaningful it was. And it's like, it really tells me something if I actually couldn't tell you. I was about to say a line of dialogue, a word of dialogue from the Flux. See,
I remember a line of dialogue. I remember a line of dialogue.
The doctor is a man. I've got an upgrade.
No, fucking hell, no. The one that I remember is, I should probably say something reassuring right now.
Yeah.
But
I'm socially awkward.
It's still like socially awkward. So I'm just going to move over there. And then in a few minutes' time, I'll probably remember something that I should have said a few months ago. And he just went, yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like, even the people who like the show called him out for that.
That was a real line of dialogue.
So
Here's
the deal.
Fuck off. And the context leading up to it, X-Ray Girl, is he just poured his heart out. A man who's beaten cancer, saying, I live in fear, constant fear every day that I'm going to get a test or a call or a letter that says the cancer's come back.
Yep.
I live in perpetual fear of it. And she just went, fuckity bye.
Yeah, other doctors would just talk about seizing the moment, living the life in the moment, enjoying what you have. Time runs out on all like something wise.
Yeah, so they probably have some comment about what fear is and why it's actually useful and that you shouldn't.
And why it's human. Yeah,
look at it that way. And,
no, that bitch just said fuck off.
She just talks about herself.
So you almost want to see all the other doctors in that scenario. What would they say? Because you know it'd be way more fun.
Well, I did my video with Capaldi.
Yep.
And how Capaldi would respond to it, and he gives the most rousing hoorah to Kara, who's just betrayed him.
Yep.
Thinks she's thrown the TARDIS keys and destroyed them all.
Such a good scene.
Yeah.
That is.
And then then she's like, and he goes, let's go find him. And she's like, why? Why would you help me? I betrayed you. And he says, I know you did. You betrayed me. You betrayed my trust. But you think I'm going to let a little thing like that get in the way of us? The Doctor was a fucking hero.
Yep.
Once upon a time. Now they're a fucking political, ideological tool for narcissistical. See you next Tuesday.
What a political act it would be to make the Doctor female.
Oh, all right, Cleopatra, calm down.
No, but that's what it was. I mean,
I
that's,
know.
a political act. All right. So another thing is we're part of this trailer didn't. I mean, it's not terrible, but it didn't blow me away. Remember the 50th trailers? Remember that one build-up one they did, which is just graphics and is I've been running all my life. I mean, that one I watched that thing 100 fucking times. It was so good. And this is just kind of.
I think this is a decent trailer. I think this is a pretty good trailer. But it's just what surrounds everything. I like the look of Neil Patrick Harris. I like the whole weirdness of it.
If he's the celestial toy maker, that would be pretty rad, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's all but confirmed, right?
Yeah, and he's
think so.
Acting for it.
So that could be good because he's a good actor.
Yeah. I got no problem with
he's
that.
He's no Doogie Kamala Harris MD, but
no.
Laughing at the human race.
What the hell is that?
What the hell is that? She's great. She's freaking fantastic. Nothing not to like about her. But
37 seconds.
37 seconds.
Got you beat. I got you beat by a second.
That was a 37-second trailer. Hang on. Since we're already
well, the first special doesn't drop for 6 months. So
well, that's dumb. That for one, and you're right. There's 3 specials in 1 month. Why not like spread them out over the year?
I know they should have had one at Easter, should have had one summer, end of summer maybe, and then the Christmas special.
Okay, now compare it to this. This is the shit, dude. I don't care if we get hit for this. I freaking love it. Oh well. Hey,
who knew what was ahead?
If they only knew what was ahead, and oh god, remember it set up the best thing. Like it ended the time war, but it ended up like this. It ended with the search for Gallifrey. And they just fucking didn't do dick with it. It's so sad. Because you could tell they rushed through it, but I kind of liked what he did with the crack in the universe and what that really meant towards the end. The payoff of that was pretty cool.
To give the extra regenerations.
Well,
the crack, the crack is where Gallifrey
was. Yeah.
And
they that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
I think that whole regeneration sequence is incredible.
Oh, dude, when he gets more, that's so fucking rad.
Well, no, I mean that's good enough, but it's actually the other one after it.
Oh
because the relationship between Clara and 11 had been so kind of flirty, and then here he is again, a young man, back to his young self, and she's just like, "Yeah, we're back in business again,"
And he's like,
but as soon as he says his foot, when he just goes, hello, just the deadness of that hello was just so embodiment of how dead that character actually was.
Yep.
I'm dead. I'm done.
When Amy
this is just the reset. This is just the reset. And then that whole great speech where he nicked a little bit from Blade Runner. But okay, took let's just say homage to Blade Runner in there. But that whole sequence was incredible, just absolutely incredible. And Clara just sort of like, what the fuck is going on sort of thing in her face. And then the quickness of the regeneration, then it was
my kidneys.
Yeah.
They've changed
I
color.
don't like the color. You don't like the color of your kidneys?
You
I just
gotta
got
watch.
one question. What was that? Do you know how to fly this thing?
Yep. All right, you ready? We have
Sure.
prepared our top 10 modern Dr. Pepper. Where do you want to start?
Well, so I assume, because this is going to be a fucking mess otherwise, we all have to do our 10s, right?
And see
And
where we
then
are.
say, for example, I say a 10 that turns out to be one of you guys is like 5, then that's where you could either wait till we hit your 5 to say that, or you can say like,
No.
oh, that's my 5.
I think we can, what we could do is if we hit the same one, we'll discuss it together. And then like when we're at the very end, we just give our top 10, so to eliminate any confusion. So let's start with 10. Shall we start with 10?
Sure.
You go first, MauLer.
I got me a the way I've done my list is any 2-parters count as 1.
Yes.
So
Or 3-parters.
I didn't do my list like that, but I fixed it. So now we're all fine.
My number 10 is The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances.
Okay, that's on my list. But it's not number 10.
That's my number 9.
It's my number 9.
Hey, all right. Yeah, there you go. Well done.
Wow, that is close, man. That is
Yeah.
close.
Hell yeah.
Well, so
Yeah.
how are we doing this? We just summarize what happens in the episode sort of quick, or
Well, since we've all got it so close, we might as well just. I mean, what's your number 10, Gary?
Well, Voyage of the Damned.
Oh, I didn't know we're doing specials. I thought we're just doing the episode.
I've got specials in mind.
I didn't do special. I just did episodes.
Okay.
No. I got Dark Water at number 10.
That's a good one. That's in my honorable mentions. But if we want to talk about The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances, this is like in the first season, there's 3 like really fucking great episodes, and those are 2 of the 3. I think you know what the other one is, MauLer.
It's gonna be on my list.
Yeah, it's on mine too.
Well, so this is an episode where a particular part of it, I think everyone remembers, that being because everyone here has seen it. Point. So the Doctor saying everybody lives, that whole moment.
And
is quite wonderful, and it's sold perfectly by Eccleston. It's basically you believe in that moment that he feels some level of relief at the fact that he's finally had a mission here that looked like it was going to kill everyone, and it turns out he manages to reverse it and save everyone. And yeah, and you get the introduction to Captain Jack. You get plenty of snappy, fun dialogue in this, and exploring a bit of London from back in the day.
You get World War II, getting bombed by the Nazis, and it's a horror episode. I mean, it's genuinely creepy. You have this little kid in a gas mask running around.
Are you my mummy?
Are you my mummy? It's one of the best action figures. It's right up there, hanging on my wall.
The irony, of course, being yes.
When I saw my completed out of 10 list, I realized all of it tends toward horror, like every episode almost. I like my horror Doctor Who.
Well, I mean, this is Stephen Moffat's first go around, right? And it's very Douglas Adams. It's very technology gone wrong. There's no real evil in it.
It's a clever, very clever explanation of this horrific event which has happened to this child. And the beauty, of course, is it does the horror, and as MauLer said, it does the horror which transforms itself into such elation at the end and such positivity at the end, because you have this nano, this nano repair system, which went out of, which didn't know how to fix a human because it wasn't programmed for human beings. And so when this kid who's carrying his gas mask is caught up in the blitz, it puts him all back together, but it puts him back the only way it knows how or thinks the human is, which of course is making the gas mask part of the actual head, because he must have been wearing the gas mask as he was running to the air raid shelter or whatever when it was caught. So that made a lot of sense, the way that when it tried to fix everybody else, it would turn them into these.
Yeah, the nanomachines spread by people
yeah.
touching each other, but they'll eventually just spread in general. So people are falling ill to this. It's like a zombie virus, but for gas mask children who ask, "Are you my mummy?" Which is,
"Are you my mummy?"
It has since been remembered quite significantly. Downright call it iconic for Doctor Who, the "Are you my mummy?" Gas mask individual.
I think it's the first of New Who. It was the first really creepy thing we saw. We'd had some sort of just alien shit and a couple of enemies from the past, but then we actually got this original, and I think this was a huge signature for Moffat as well. This really signified what Moffat's Doctor Who episodes were going to be going for. I mean, I've got one. I mean, if we class this as one, but it's 2 episodes, 2, 3 Moffat episodes. Well, 4 technically, 4 Moffat episodes in this. Because I thought Moffat's writing. He was my favorite Who writer before, and when he was announced to take over as showrunner, I was over the moon with that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were. But this so much happened in this 2-parter. For one, it was Christopher Eccleston was his performance as the Doctor was one of the best, like throughout the first season. The tortured PTSD, out of the Time War Doctor. He really does that tortured thing really well, and you could really tell like this was his real first moment of happiness since then. And by the end of this episode, right? But it really keeps moving. It's one of the best because it gets really, really freaking creepy, and the exposition is good, but you also start to suspect who the mom is, right? Towards the end. And in Doctor Who, people die all the time. There's always somebody who dies, and this is just one where it didn't happen, and it was nice. It was nice to see. And then the introduction of Captain Jack Harkness, which was
great introduction.
Dude, his opening lines, he's talking about Rose's ass.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they subvert you. He compliments the ass of a guy right next to it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then you kind of knew who this guy was, and then when you saw where he comes from, and you loved him because he was great. Captain Jack was great.
They give you a lot of depth for him within like 10 minutes. Even the whole he talks about his job of he wants to con someone into paying for this empty war machine of a type. And when the Doctor properly explains exactly how he fucked up, you can tell he's just like, I didn't know. Like, that's not, I didn't want that to happen at all. And he goes from being this like slick, cool mercenary man who's out for himself and knows exactly what to do to like very apologetic and he loses all the wind in his sails, so to speak, because he didn't realize he was in over his head.
He had a soul. You knew he had a soul and a conscience. He was very flirty. Yes, he was a rogue and a vagabond, and he's a little bit self-serving, but you knew that he had a conscience about him, and you knew that actually this is a good man. And which was great, because you when he comes back later in the series, you're so happy to see Captain Jack back. And then when he's killed, you're mortified. And then when he comes back, you're like, whoa! And then that starts a whole new journey for him because of how he got brought back and what it meant and what it entailed. And the whole face and bow and everything.
He joins them from this episode, right? It's at the end of Dr. Dances. He joins them, I think, or do they drop him off? I think he joins them for. It's Boomtown is the next one.
Yeah, actually, because this is in this episode 6 and 7.
Yeah, and then he's back.
Yeah. Yeah,
he joins them for the rest.
So he joins for the rest of the he joins for the rest now. Yeah,
and oh god, just getting to the hospital and talking to the the doctor and his whole
great guest
explanation.
star.
Yeah,
so good. And then he starts
I didn't believe it.
And when the gas mask forms over his face, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
He starts doing that, and it's like,
and this is all in the backdrop of World War II, the air raids. So it's just a decimated London. There's groups of kids running around stealing food. So much happens in this episode. The writing is off the charts good. And yeah, there's stuff I actually liked more, which is crazy when you think about it. But
it's a big combination of elements that Doctor Who's one of the few shows that tries to make it work, right? Like having horror, sci-fi, World War I, alien traveling through time, agent man. Well, and I was saying about the dialogue as well. Is where he says he got the gun he has from whatever factory in whatever place. And he goes, "You ever been there?" And he's like, "Yeah, once." He's like, "Well, it's destroyed now."
Destroyed now, yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, I went once."
Because that just tells us a whole nother story immediately in one sentence, which is great.
And it foreshadows Jack's origin at the end when it fixes everybody and everything, even grows back a leg, right? Grows back a woman's leg.
Weren't you missing a leg?
Is it possible because of the war that you miscounted?
Yeah.
So fucking British.
I know, because they always do this weird, strange sort of look on their face. I'm okay.
Well, I like what the doctor tells the doctor, Constantine, is listen, everyone's going to be fixed if they're very difficult to fix problems. Just say it was your work. Don't oversell it. Just say you did a good job.
Yeah.
And it's all from the Chula warship, which I do believe, at least this very similar design, makes it back into Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. I think that's one.
Oh.
The ship that Jack has. I have one of those. A Chula warship. Freaking great episode. And it's one of those that, the first season's pretty solid. I would say the first season is pretty damn solid. Season 2 is probably one of the most inconsistent of the RTD era. But season 1's pretty freaking solid. You got, Father's Day, and another episode that I won't bring up because it's on my list. But and even in the end, bringing back the Daleks the way they did was so fucking rad. And then Christopher Eccleston fucked off.
Yeah.
And lied.
And screwed. I mean, I'll talk about it in my other episode, but yeah, potentially screwed something up that didn't get screwed up later. But yeah. And then
he screwed up the 50th.
Almost.
Well, he screwed up the plan, what the initial plan was, so they had to work around it.
But when he needed some extra change, he was happy as hell to go to conventions and charge for an autograph to a fandom he completely ignored prior to that. I got a little clap back on my calling him out for that, and I have no regrets. No regrets at all. So that's your number 10.
Yeah, now you two have to do your number 10.
People have put in the chat, X-ray girl, the girl who waited.
She's gotta watch. She's gotta watch.
One day. I'm working on Venture Brothers, y'all.
Az, your number 10.
Yeah. My number 10 was Dark Water. The revelation of Missy. The incredible opening with the betrayal of the Doctor by Kara. That amazing Capaldi speech about go to hell. Fair enough. And then she's walking off. He's, where are you going? She's confused. I said, we're going to go to hell or heaven or wherever he is. And we're going to find him. and we're going to bring him back. And then we get the whole great, but I betrayed you, thing. But Missy was great. Missy was absolutely fantastic. I was fooled as to who they were. I thought they might, be one of the female time ladies, maybe the Rani, but I didn't actually think they were going to turn out to be the master. And just I thought the whole situation, you die, the whole setup of dying and going to heaven when actually your essence was being captured and uploaded into this cyber frame was so clever, which is going to lead in, because that all started with another episode which is on my list. And just the way that they used her was so sparing and so clever that looking back, it's like, how could you not see this? There are so many clues and hints and.
Well, I saw it. Okay.
I just didn't, because it's my boyfriend. He can be a bit, and all this. And when she gives the doctor a massive snog, and he's just sort of like, the fuck, I should know who you are, and he just doesn't have a clue. And then when you get the whole Missy, it's short for mistress, is the mask, and it was just so cleverly done. And you got that whole massive homage to the Cybermen coming out in the original series, coming out of I think St. Paul's. Where it was, walking amongst the street, and I thought Dark Water was just such a clever setup, great reveal. Capaldi just being brilliant. It was one of the episodes I thought Clara was very good.
Capaldi's face when he finds out, the reaction is pretty good.
Ooh.
That's good Capaldi.
Very good, but Capaldi's amazing.
Great Capaldi.
Yeah. The whole setup. It's an episode I could easily watch back, no problem at all. I just love the whole. I found it just so classically Doctor Who, Cyberman, Master. Lots of homage to the original series. The skeleton vats that were when they would come down and it revealed that it was actually Cybermen behind it, and all that. Just so well done. The whole thing's so well done. And then Missy being able to kind of balance cyber world and reality as well. Being interviewed when you're dead, so you're dead. Okay, so just got some paperwork.
It's
so British. It's so kind of British.
And Hitchhiker. Yeah, that was very cool.
You're dead. It's time to fill out some paperwork.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. My number 10 was Voyage of the Damned, which is my favorite Christmas special. Starring, I never pronounce her name right. Tell me, Kylie
Minogue.
Minogue.
Not Minogue.
Minogue. I just wasn't sure if it was right.
Oh, I like her.
She's great.
Great ass.
Singer.
She's hot as hell. And
she is.
Was one of the best companions. And this is a tragic episode. But this is like one of the most like quintessential Doctor Who episodes. Shows up on a cruise ship that's called the Titanic.
Stop it.
So it's a space cruise ship, and they're not really familiar with Earth. And yeah, they're just cruising on by. But unfortunately, the industrialist owner, who is basically a head on a machine, is trying to crash it on purpose for an insurance scheme and kill everybody on Earth and on board. And he has to save her. And it's got one of the best quotes ever.
I know which one you're talking about.
I'm the Doctor.
I'm a
900 years. I am a time lord.
Yep. I'm
900 years old.
Yep. I'm 903 years old, and I'm going to save all of your lives. That's
the man who's going to save you and all the lives.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. He doesn't.
He doesn't. He does not.
How dare you? They crashed.
But you got
into an iceberg.
Jeffrey Palmer, who's great as the captain, who's got a terminal illness, so he's been paid off to crash.
Yep.
Titanic. Astrid Peth wasn't her name. Kylie Minogue's name.
Yep. And she had never really been anywhere. The first time she was on Earth was the first time she'd been on another planet. She's
and of course,
thanks. I love it.
And Astrid is an anagram of TARDIS.
There you go. There you go. It had the Dick. Oh, I forgot his name now. That
Russell Tovey.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, the Dick guy. Yeah, that was right. The Dick guy is great because he's a dick throughout the whole thing, and he survives. And you think that's, oh, the Dick survived. Wasn't just that. The Dick survived, and he had actually dumped the stock and invested elsewhere, and suddenly became rich beyond belief at the end. So the Dick guy survived, got rewarded for it. And I think that's just trying to balance. I think that was just trying to say that the universe is well, as Robert would say, indifferent. But I think it was trying to say the universe sometimes just ain't fair.
It's got Clive Swift as Mr. Copper, who sets up a foundation that's very important later towards the end of season 4. He's great. And he's the one who says, that's not the guy I'd pick to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, Russell Tovey is midshipman Alonzo.
Alonzo. I always want to say, Alonzo.
And it's in my top 10. It's the best Christmas special that's the one that was watched by 13 million people. And it was just good from beginning to end.
It is the best. It is the best Christmas special.
It is. There's some good Christmas specials. There's some stinkers too, but there's some good ones. But that one's the best, I think. So what is your number 9, MauLer?
Well, it is Utopia.
Wow.
Oh yeah, baby. That's my
number 8.
Oof.
Wow.
that is my number 2.
Wow.
Oh.
So MauLer and I have been very close with our 10 and 9. Well, close in the
so far, yeah.
Yeah. 10 and 9 and 9 and 8. So
wow. So
yeah, Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords.
We got that all together.
Yeah, because it's a 3-parter. So it's one.
Yeah, but Utopia is just a standout, absolute standout.
I was going to say I don't like the ending of that arc as much as I like the start of it.
Sure.
So that's kind of why I separated in my head. But
yep.
That's one I never forgot. When I first saw that, all the revelations come in toward the end of that episode. I feel like they set them up very, very well. And cannot say without a fucking shredded out Derek Jacobi, man.
Oh, amazing.
So good in it.
The way
he's such a great actor, though. Period.
Gradually over the episode, the pressure of the realization coming to him, he plays it up so well until he hits he's actually tearing up because you get this sense that there's this entire huge life that's getting gradually unlocked in his head, which you believe it completely. And man, his turn to a villainous character, it's the only regret you have is we couldn't go with him for a few episodes, could we?
Yeah, it would have been, probably would have been quite cool having Derek Jacobi, and then having John Sim take over
at some point later.
The regeneration of that. But I understand why they went to John Sim, because if the Doctor can be young, I can be young. I get that. They wanted almost like a literal foil.
Dude, and it is such a crazy episode on no budget. So it starts out with Doctor and Martha land in Cardiff because that's where the rift is. That's a rift in time and space.
Powering up
the TARDIS. And Jack's been waiting. And that's where Torchwood is. And he starts running towards the TARDIS The Doctor sees him and goes, "We gotta get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And,
Tennant's subtle hatred of him or like disdain of him throughout this episode is so much fun to watch.
It is. And it's nothing personal. It's just what he is, what he represents. A fixed point in time, which is something that the Doctor just doesn't like. And Time Lords have an aversion to it. So Jack jumps on the TARDIS, and the TARDIS freaks out. So the TARDIS goes to the end of time, the end of the universe, the very end of the universe. And they did this on no budget. So they're in a rock quarry, and they got some map paintings or bad digital of a previous civilization that's died out. You have this giant, weird looking rocket that's run on what bioelectronics, it's a really cool concept. Scientifically, doesn't need to make sense. It works within the story. And you find out, Jack survives the TARDIS going to the end of the universe. What
do they call the cannibals? Is it the future kind or something?
Future kind, yeah. Caved teeth, yeah.
We call them the future kind, but it's the present for you.
It's the present. I know. But that's what we'll turn into if we stick around.
You get sharp teeth.
So, you get sharp teeth and want to eat each other and have teased.
Well, they'll get a little bit worse than that. The Toclophane, but yeah, sure.
Oof.
Oh, that is brutal. But Jack dies. Martha starts administering CPR.
She's like, "Are you gonna help him?" It's just like, just leave him.
Just leave him. Yeah, doctor's like, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. She's like looking at him like, what the fuck?
Well, he says you can't help him. Okay, because
it's good too in terms of just her desire to immediately try and actually use her knowledge of being a doctor, which is you like to see it. You're like, that's still relevant.
Yeah, they remember.
You got Martha acting on her instincts as a doctor, and then you got Billy acting on her instincts as a lesbian. Because every episode
you never know when that'll come in handy. Yeah.
Every episode she had to tell everyone she's a fucking lesbian.
Right. And Freema is hot, dude. So Martha
it's important that that's mentioned.
I just have to mention
she is.
Martha is hot. Okay. And Jack wakes up, was somebody kissing me? And then they go into the this.
Well, there's just one thing before that I really like is when they're running with the guy because they spot him, and then they're both desperate. The music's all cranky. They just have Jack with like, I missed this.
Yep.
Yeah.
The music is particularly good towards the end of this episode, by the way. Some of Murray Gold's best work. And it starts out like kind of after that, it's kind of a normal Doctor Who episode. We're in a strange place. We're trying to figure out what's going on. These people are at the end of the universe, and they're going to fly to, Utopia. This place called Utopia.
You even get a bit of the Doctor's rules with guns getting played in here as well. This army of cannibals running at them, and Jack goes to shoot them, and Doctor's like, "Don't you dare!"
Yeah.
And then later, there's a guy shooting at them, or at least shooting them the floor. He's like, "Oh, you're not going to say anything to him?" And he's like, "He's not my responsibility."
So I'm your responsibility now.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
but I guess the only reason I brought that up is just like that attention has to be kept every episode. You have to remember this stuff. You have to remember how the Doctor feels about this, and you can keep changing the dynamic and stuff. But like modern episodes, one of the more regrettable things is like they only ever play it remembering some of this stuff, and then some things they don't even realize, like ethically what they've done or what they've had the Doctor completely fall back on. So it's just nice to see it reestablished as opposed to shat on,
Right.
But we get, later in Tennant's run, of course, at the end, when we have Davros reveal the Doctor, was great. And it's just like the man who never carries a weapon, because you take people and you fashion them into weapons themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, Davros just burned you, mate.
And those lines get to hit way harder when you get these small bits right along the way.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, shit, Davros ain't wrong, is he? Fuck. That's who you are, Doctor. It's like, oh, wow. He takes people and he turns the people into the weapons, so he never has to carry them himself.
Mm-hmm. Cuts deep. It does.
Oh, yeah.
So then we meet Professor Yana, played by Derek Jacobi. Jacobi is fucking brilliant. And as events start unfolding, we remember, like, they've been planting the seeds for this too.
Yana.
Yep. You are not.
You are not alone.
Is that New Earth? That
Face a
episode
bow.
we said that?
I believe it was not New Earth. Was it New Earth? Yeah. Because they
it was the
New
silly,
York. That's right.
silly thing one.
The flash carpet lady, what's her name? That episode was here, right? New Earth. Oh, I forget. Moisturizing, that lady.
Yeah. It was Zoe Wanamaker.
That's the one.
Oh,
people saying Gridlock?
It was Face a Bow from Gridlock that said you are not alone.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I can remember what the last Face a Bow episode was.
Is an absolutely appalling episode, by the way. one of Russell T's absolute honking stinkers.
It was a bottle episode.
It should have stayed there, because when he took the top off, it stunk.
New Earth, yeah. But you know what? I'd watch fucking Gridlock 1,000 times before I watch fucking anything from later eras. So, but yeah, you're right. But the Face of Bow, big. That's a big reveal too. Yeah, dude. And then the slow, you find out what a sweet guy the Professor Yana is. He's like this just really nice guy, but he's got this banging in his head that's bugging him. And then all hell breaks loose. Like they're trying to get the ship running on what is protein, right? It's like this protein,
some sort of biomass
that the ship is running on. And there's some, radiation shit they got to deal with that Jack has to go in. And that's when I love the conversation between him and the doctor.
You, Jack, shouldn't exist.
You shouldn't exist.
By the way, but just before, because you were saying about the Jacoby's like more wholesome performance, I really love when he's like, "Are you the doctor? You're the doctor? Yes, you come with me. Let's go." And David Tennant's like, "Ooh, yeah, okay. Whoa, what's going on? What are we doing?" I love the playful before the more serious stuff. It really helps balance it out. You like the whole package with the doctor. You want them to be able to jump into all different kinds of emotional states, but you want to make sure they nail the most important ones.
But it's great. It's one of the great things about Doctor Who is you do get those incredible swerves. You think you're in an episode which is like, okay, it's okay, and then it'll just hit you with an absolute curveball out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, the future kind, all the refugees are on the ship. They're ready to go. One of the future kind sabotages the ship. It leads Jack having to deal with the radiation couplings, and that's when they have the conversation. And that's when Martha sees the fob watch, and you're like, "What the fuck? No!"
Much like you,
which is perfectly. It's super impactful as long as you've seen Human Nature and Family of Blood, which is unlikely you wouldn't have at this point. But
well, it's on the list.
Yep, on my list.
On my list as well.
Yep.
Just what a brilliant way to reveal it, and then just the impact. And you love his paranoia with her. The more that, because she's not hiding it very well, and he's just like looking more and more concerned, like, what is it? What's going on? Yeah. And that scene is especially more interesting when you get the bit later where she's like, it's like that perception filter, you can't see it, and then Tennant is like, can you see it now?
Yeah,
can you see it now? Like he looks so fucking stressed out.
Well, because if you can see the perception filter, it's dropped.
Yeah,
you can now tangibly know what's going on, which means that whoever's set up the perception filter to hide it from them, it's gone, and they're gonna find out who they are. They're gonna be able to realize that and open up. So that's, you could understand why the doctor was just like, because he's painted an idea, an idealistic picture of the Time Lords to Martha, and suddenly it's just like, well, actually, not all of us are good, and he knows that there could be some rogue Time Lords out there.
It's such a roller coaster of emotions he's putting forward, because like, this is great news, but it's also potentially horrible news. I need more information. He's thinking about it all in his head, and then Martha's got barely any understanding of this, and he doesn't put up with her stuttering. He's like, get the fuck on with it. What happened? Who is he? What did he say? And they make it particularly impactful, because now you as an audience member are like, what is this bad, or is this? What's how could this go wrong? Because interestingly, right, it meant a lot to me as someone who hadn't even seen old Who. But fans, especially when they start playing echoes of voices, and you can tell if you will listen to it now, you're like,
open up, accept your majesty. It's like, oh,
yeah, that's what I think. The older fans will be like, oh, like, we know what's about to happen.
Yeah, no, yes.
Yeah. But the build up for it, like he was describing, he was found as an orphan, naked on the beach of the coast of the Silver Devastation. It's just like random shit. I love that. And once he starts figuring it out, and we hear all the voices, what's her name now? Why am I blanking on her name? I'm gonna go.
Martha?
Chanto. Who's in 2 episodes
with your dough and your
he rips into her. Dude, I love the idea that
by an insect.
You finally get the Masters released, and he's been trapped for so long, and his first person he sees is like, you motherfucker, you couldn't have highlighted the stopwatch at all
ever. And then the music's building up, and like shit's going down with the ship, and Doctor's panicking, and then he's like, I am the master. And
it goes
fucking
master. But it's just so the way he says master is so fucking good.
Yeah. And you're just like, whoa. And it ends with him getting shot by Chanto, and
shot by an insect. I love he says.
By a woman.
So, what does he say? And after that, it's just like, shot by a girl, or so. It's just like the indignity or something. Oh, he's so pissed.
Well, if the Doctor could be young, so can I.
Yeah, if the Doctor can be young and fit, so can I. And the great thing is that when he's regenerating, he's screaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, which is like, because we've just known the Doctor to regenerate in silence, but he was just screaming.
Yep.
And Tennant,
I thought, fucking
they
hell.
cut to Tennant, he just looks fucking like terrified.
Yep.
Of what's gonna happen now, sort of thing.
Yeah, because he took the fucking TARDIS with him.
Well, yeah, and that steely determination where he lifts up the screwdriver and presses, so you don't even necessarily know what's happening, but then the whole console sparks up, and it just looks like he's like, wait, is he destroying it, like, to prevent it from being captured? It's like, well, he's sabotaging it.
Sabotaging it, yeah.
And meanwhile, you have a fucking army of zombies trying to get in through the cannibals.
Cannibals
trying to get in while the ship takes off, and they can't keep them out, and that's where the episode ends. And it's freaking masterful. It's for lack of better.
Turn it into a paradox machine.
Yep.
And yeah, just that him pleading that they can be together, that they can work together, that they don't have to be alone. And then obviously John Sim playing it up, just being like, fuck you, I'm out of here, I got all the stuff I need. And then you just get your classic.
You get that great, that bit later where him and the Master are talking. And he's talking about the Time War. And the Master was clearly leading an army of Time Lords. And he was just like, and then when he saw the Nightmare Child, it was just like, I just ran. Turned it around.
Yeah.
I was so scared. Which is really that in itself freaks you out, because it's just like, how, this Nightmare Child whatever this nightmare child was, scared a Time Lord, somebody who can die and regenerate, scared them so badly they ran and they fucking changed their whole physiology.
Child, like take out Davros or some major doll.
It took out. Yeah, it took out some massive stuff. Apparently,
so it's like a MauLer. It's like a Cthulhu.
The jaws of the nightmare child,
Eldritch God. That's the way. I hope we never see it. I don't ever want to know.
No,
because just the thought of it is great.
Sort of my brain has it like the Doomsday Machine from Star Trek, but a living entity. Like a living, just this sort of devouring mouth of sinister and just nightmarish. But it's like, I think that from what I can read between the lines, the nightmare child will erase you from fucking existence when it kills you. You're erased from existence.
That comes in when two major apex civilizations are at war over time. It's the kind of thing that comes in to even it out.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Reapers from Mass Effect.
Yep. Tricky for $50 says just dropped a pretty penny for the Matt Smith and Capaldi complete Blu-ray collections editions. I've got both of those. They're fantastic. The great packaging on those, and that's my tat came from one of them because that's the doctor's name. So
in Gallifreyan.
It's
Bob Gillimpop.
Okay. Already had Matt Smith's collection on DVD, but I needed the high res. I miss real Doctor Who. Hail to the Fellowship. Keep the faith alive. Hail! All right. We are
well, you two got to do your number 9s now.
Well, we did.
My number 9 was Empty Child, Doctor Who Dances.
Doctor Who Dances.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
So I'll do mine. You do your number 8 as.
Wait, sorry. What was Gary's number 10?
My 10 was Voyage of the Damned.
Sorry. Okay.
And then your number 9 was The Empty Child, wasn't it, as well?
Yes.
Yes. So both of our number 9s are Empty Child, Doctor Who Dances.
All right. Not bad.
Utopia was my number 2 episode. Number 2.
Yes.
And my number 8 was Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords.
All right. So what's your number 8, MauLer?
My number 8 is The Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit.
That is a good pick. Honorable mentions for me. But
yeah, not in my top 10, but excellent.
Those are good.
Toby.
There is a campiness to Doctor Who that, frankly, is absolutely fine with me to remain. And there is a bit of that in it, but it's still got quite a vibe, that episode, for delving into... Because I like that they don't strictly answer. There's a lot of questions as to, wait, is this actually the devil? And he's like, well, it's what is the devil? Where could it come from?
A lot of civilizations.
Yeah, a lot more complicated. But yeah, I think they handled it really well. I quite like a lot of the imagery. I like, obviously, the horror aspects. The way that the one contrivance I think is just kind of funny. I wonder how you'd fix it. Is the whole, the TARDIS drops off from where it's stored. It's like storage area or whatever. Yeah, and then he bumps into it when he's running around down there with no other options left. I was just like, maybe we could have found a way to make that more.
I didn't care because the music coming up, and you're like, yeah, the TARDIS.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just a really solid 2-parter for. It's kind of like a isolated concept that you never would have expected. I don't think, being like, wait, we're doing Satan. Yeah.
But this is what I really liked, because the Doctor is technically the ultimate scientist,
right?
So you have science versus theology.
Oh, he says, "I don't believe in you."
Yeah,
that's.
But then he questions himself.
He's like, oh.
But then he questions himself because, maybe I might not believe in you, but you're here and you exist, and so there was but that's science versus theology, and I thought it was quite an interesting sort of debate that. And the fact that they didn't give away exactly what it was, because it could just be an alien.
Yeah.
It could just be an alien. It could be. It was great at playing mind games, but we know plenty of people in Doctor Who are great at mind games. So yeah, to me it had a lot of sort of Event Horizon vibes to it. This two-parter.
Just obviously a little bit more friendly.
Sure, toned down massively. Yeah, nobody's ripping their eyes out or anything, but yeah.
And also the introduction of the Ood as well.
Yes,
the
Ood, and they're freaky in this.
They are, servant, like it's totally chill. Everything's fine, and then they just all at the same time look at you, and you're like,
and the red eyes, when their eyes go red, you're like,
yeah, and their brain only operates on, I think it says basic 5, but then it keeps cranking up and up and up, and it's like something's telling them to do stuff. Because like I think they say basic 100 is brain death.
Yep.
And that's what they operate eventually at. And you even get what feels to me like almost an homage to Aliens. With the vents and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. There was definitely that in there as well.
And it was brilliantly done bottle episode again. Because they are...
Yeah, you can tell it's high on budget.
Yeah. So they're in these they're mining. It's Torchwood, we find out. And they're there because... What did they get called out there?
Isn't it something like it's an anomaly? It's an incredible anomaly with a huge power source.
So there's a planet orbiting a black hole, and that just should not be.
And there's a way in that's safe through like a tunnel, and so they get in and out. They want to harvest, I guess, the power of what's happening. I can't quite fully remember, but yeah, there's.
Yep, and they have these little makeshift, like this little makeshift base, and there's constant earthquakes, and that's why they lose the TARDIS. And they're always losing sections of their base, which has to keep people running. And and the Doctor and Rose feel like that, like, we're trapped here. We're done. This is it. I'm gonna have to, like, they even have a full conversation about, I'm gonna have to earn money. I'm gonna have to get a job.
You're gonna have to get a job.
It's damn, it's so good. It's so good. And it made some of the best like toys. They like only Doctor Who can make a toy.
That spacesuit is incredible. The orange spacesuit is just incredible.
Oh, another thing I really liked in the episode was
I see it.
They're all planning to leave, right? They're like, evacuation, we gotta go, the plan is done. And Rose is like, I am not leaving without the Doctor. It's not happening. And the captain's like, okay. And just knocks her out.
Yep.
And I just like that he says, I'm not losing anyone else. It's like, yeah, that's the kind of thing a person would do. They would gonna just go, yeah, you can stay here and die. That's fine. You go ahead.
Oh, and the crew, you get to know them in like just a couple of lines, right?
Yeah.
And when the devil starts getting in their head, you get to know them a little more. And even the ones you think are kind of dicks, you're like, oh no, now I sympathize with them a little bit. So it's such a clever episode.
I really love the conversation the Doctor has with the girl who helps him rappel down.
Oh yeah,
nice and quiet, just contemplative about the nature of the universe to some degree.
Yeah.
Well, especially when they go down there and they know they're not like coming back. Like, this is it.
Yeah. Well, and when he reaches the end of the rope, he's just like, well, I mean, what else is there? Yeah, he's gonna cut it.
Got it. Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's what you need. That's what you. It's like Red Dwarf. Terrible budget. The sets look exactly what they were. Cheap, badly painted, put together. It didn't matter. It's the writing. When the writing is so strong, your suspension of disbelief can say, yeah, that's a mining spaceship in the deep reaches. And it's the same with these bottle episodes of Doctor Who, because there's a bottle episode I've got on this. I think we probably all have. There's these bottle episodes, they got no budget, so they really have to rely on good writing and good acting, and good actors, and that's what this show has always had in spades. And the actors were great. All the actors played their roles just perfectly. They played their characters so well. It is so well written. You do get some good little world building with the Doctor and Rose, and that when they're just rappelling down and they're having the conversation about it's kind of like just acceptance, really. And the Doctor's sort of sort of garnering the acceptance from just like a human perspective, because he's got a chance of surviving. He's got a chance of regenerating. He's got a chance of something happening. She hasn't.
I find, the taking it seriously from the actors is a huge part of what manages to ground the episodes. From you don't want them to lift off into a place of like farce. You need them to take it seriously.
Yeah, you don't need this what we have now, which is this awful meta commentary that we seem to get all the fucking time.
Well, that just happened.
Yeah, well, that's a thing, Dan.
That was weird.
No, you had it's it's human. You need to relate to that human aspect.
Yep.
Because we're dealing with people who are way out in the future, but what can you relate to when people live thousands of years in the future? You relate to them on a human level. That's why the writing was so good.
Well, I guess it's time for you. Is that everyone's 8's done, or?
Yeah, my 8 was Utopia. Yeah.
Was Gary's 8?
My 8 is Stolen Earth: Journey's End.
Okay.
End of season 4.
That was the end of season 4.
That's the end of season 4. And I have to mention an honorable mention that kind of goes along with that, Turn Left, which is just a fucking great episode with the best fucking ending. That's the one where Donna's put into that pocket universe with the big bug on her back, and everything just goes to hell, and it's the Doctor not being around. So the Titanic crashes, fucking wipes out London, and everybody goes into camps, and they start separating,
ethnic cleansing, basically,
and shit. But all of it was to lead Rose to Donna, who has to die in that world to come back. And it starts the whole Dr. Donna thing, and then at the end, when they're talking, and she's like, and doctor's like, well, that world doesn't exist anymore. And she's like, yeah, it's like a dream. I'm paraphrasing here. And she goes, but no, wait, she told me something. And doctor's like, what she, who? It was a dream. No, she was, what'd she look like? She was blonde. And he starts going,
hey up.
And she said, well, what's her name, Donna? No, she said 2 words. She said, bad wolf. Then it's all dun 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 dun.
Everything says bad wolf around it.
Oh, that was so fucking
every
rad.
Sign, every banner, everything. It's just every shop name, everything's just bad wolf, bad wolf, bad wolf,
on
bad
the
wolf.
TARDIS, it's the end of the universe, and it leads into now. Like, people might think that these 2 episodes are cheesy, and I would agree with you, and I'm fucking okay with that. We had everybody show up for these episodes to fight the Daleks and Davros. Davros makes a comeback. It's fucking awesome, and it's a great way. It ended the series.
Dalek Khan.
Yeah, it ended the series without ending the series. It ended everybody else's arc, but we still had to deal with the Doctor, right? And it goes, again, it's their invasion of Earth. They start killing anybody, and then the Daleks are like, basically they evaporate people, and one of the Doctor, the Copper Foundation, right?
Oh yeah.
So when they have to send out the signal, that is so fucking rad. When they all when everybody gets together to send out the signal for the Doctor, everything about it is fucking cool. I just love everything about it, because it's a culmination of 4 seasons, and they basically do their Avengers, and
they bring in Torchwood as well, right? Like,
bring in fucking Torchwood. Everybody comes in, and it's so fucking cool. Yeah.
Torchwood doing Torchwood shit.
F for Harriet Jones. Harriet Jones brings them all
gets
together.
A little redemption.
Yeah, redemption arc before she gets killed. They even get one more joke in. Yes, we know who you are.
Even the fucking Daleks, man.
Hey,
fucking Daleks is so good.
No, and then like the missing planets, the whole thing with the missing planets is it's basically a giant energy machine to wipe out the fucking universe, and so only the Daleks will survive in it. And you find out Davros isn't in charge. And I love when the doctor's like, "Oh, you're their pet.
You're their pet."
So much good stuff in it, and you know, at the end, it's a little. This is the British cheese that I love. At the end, when everybody's piloting the TARDIS, and you can tell like people are looking at the camera at that point. You know, kind of fucking around. I loved it. I thought it was great. But then it ends on such a a hard note. When he has to,
he's alone.
He has to leave the Metacrisis doctor with Rose and go off.
But he's
off to his special.
Everyone. He's had everyone around him, and then he steps in the TARDIS and he's alone.
He's alone. It's really fucking cool. So that's my number 8. I think it delivered on.
Are we going to get to number 5 and then stop for next week or something? Because we are going on, aren't we?
The reason I like that I put it in my top 10 because, like, I know critically and writing people like think it's too cheesy. I think it absolutely delivered on 4 seasons of buildup.
What I will say is, like, these lists we're coming up with, they're very slapdash. They can be moved around, and they're not necessarily us saying these are the best or these, it could be favorite best combination. Just how it makes you feel here and there. These are quickly done, all right? So don't worry about all that. Because I'm already thinking about, like, maybe I should have put that one there and that one there.
Well, like, when you mentioned Peter's like, fuck, man, I should have had the same.
Shall we go to my number 7 then?
Yes.
Very well. My number 7 is Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead.
Oh,
okay.
That is my number 4.
Okay. I have a 2-parter for number 7.
What is it?
It's Human Nature, Family of Blood.
That's my number 7.
That's my number 6.
Number 7.
That's your number 6. Damn, MauLer. Our lists are real.
Yeah, our lists are close.
Real ridiculously close here. Ridiculously close. Yeah.
Silence in the Library is that's a.
It is a good.
It's a good one.
A fashioned Narada.
And there's so many good lines in it. River Song, the whole
hello sweetie,
the promise, I mean, the delivery wasn't great, but what they set up with River Song was epic. That was really
that's kind of what I was talking about earlier was I think they do a fantastic job in this. It's so out of left field. It's like a character that knows me but I don't know them, and then she's like, yeah, because this is a timeline we share at opposite ends almost. But
it's great when she says, get your book, and he hasn't even met her.
Yeah,
and when she realizes that he doesn't even know who she is,
they do a lot with it. First being, of course, that she's realizing, oh shit, this could be the end of my journey. Then, if this is the beginning of yours, but simultaneously, Donna being like, you know him really well. She's like, yeah, really well. She's like, why don't you know me?
Yes,
and she's just like,
she can't say anything.
She can't say anything.
Spoilers.
Which is great pieces of drama that are generated almost for free. Like they throw this in, and then you're like, oh shit, add that. Oh fuck. Meanwhile, yes, you have shadow piranhas eating people in a giant library, which is fun.
It's fucking cool.
Great enemy.
It is, yeah.
Great again. Great location. They had some great locations in Doctor Who, unlike the last season where it's all on fucking Earth.
Alex Kingston is hot. Can I say
Alex Kingston is very hot.
Say that. That's allowed.
Yeah.
It's very Mole Flanders. I remember her from Mole Flanders getting it off.
Right?
Yes, please.
But the story of the little girl being the mainframe and the big the asshole like is protecting his intellectual property, and you think he's just like some dick until the end. You're like,
you realize he's protecting a family member.
Yeah.
And they really do twist that really well, because when he gets everyone back, he seems to be the most happy about it.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, he's a good guy. You just thought he was a stereotype at first.
Yes, determined. He was trying. It's protecting family. It's a whole different beast. So it's horrible deaths. You get some of the best action figures out of this, by the way.
Oh yeah,
space suit with the little freaking skulls in it. It's like, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, so it's scary, it's exhilarating, it's uber sci-fi, it's semi-fantasy, and it has one of those horror has one of those happy endings at the end that's a lot like
I'd say a bittersweet ending.
Bittersweet, yeah. They're saved.
Mm.
We got plenty of
and the dead people are backed up.
It's one of the first instances of the Doctor doing something he does a couple times later. I know he does it as Matt Smith a few times, but basically the whole "I'm the Doctor, look me up."
Yeah,
yeah.
Whoo! That is such a like the look on his face. It's fucking awesome. That's one of my.
Yeah, and I just love that the Vashes are on it. They're getting closer and closer, closer. He says that, and it just stops. And then it starts going backward. It's just like
it starts to retreat. Yeah.
Yeah, and what really sold the episode for me is just, my God, the acting between Tennant and you said it, his name's Alex Kingston, right?
Alex Kingston, yeah.
They do fucking they sell that they've had this relationship, and it's
well, she does.
like the first episode.
She does.
Yeah. I love how much she can crack him so quickly because of information.
Who had the
she
best
has.
chemistry with Alex Kingston? Peter Capaldi, David Tennant, or Matt Smith?
Well,
Tennant only had the one episode, really.
I mean,
yeah, and Capaldi, but
the way that the way that Capaldi just looks at her and goes, "Hello, sweetie."
Yeah,
that to me was just the best interaction between. And she's sort of like, when she realizes that's my favorite River Song Doctor interaction myself.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool episode.
Because it's a complete antithesis of this, because she doesn't know who he is, and he knows exactly who she is.
Yeah, I think actually Capaldi and her had the better chemistry overall. Like that was the more believable relationship than the May-December Matt Smith. But she was great with Matt Smith too. But
yeah. I just felt the problem I had with Matt Smith's interaction with River Song was the whole interaction with Amy Pond.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, to me, put a bit of a barrier between him and River to a degree.
What's great about Matt Smith's performance is it's a childlike old guy in a young body.
Yeah.
Because he can really turn on like when he wants to, he can turn on the "I am the fucking doctor. I'm almost 1,000 years old. Don't fuck with me." Almost better than anybody. Like he was really good at just turning on a dime like that. Tennant still had a little bit of the tortured PTSD doctor, but could get badass when he wanted to.
Oh, dude, his rage is what really drags me. We'll talk a bit about that further along the list we go. But
I know which one you're talking about. It's on my
another moment I fucking adore is how he sells the whole like, I don't trust you. She's like, yeah, but you need to for this to work, so I'm just gonna have to tell you something. You don't know what it is until the end of the episode, but his fucking face drops when she tells him his name.
Oh
good God, he looks terrified almost, and just like, why the hell do you know that?
Yeah. Well, she says, "Are we good now?" And he's like, "Yeah." You can barely get it out. It's like, yeah.
And the other thing I love about that is just hit him like a ton of bricks, and then snap, he's back to the doctor. He's like, right then, like, we need to do blah, 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 because like that means a shit ton to him, but it's got nothing to do with completing the mission as is right now.
Right.
And I think it means I saw that also as once he got that, like I said, it does hit him like a ton of bricks. Once he snaps to realization, he realizes he's got somebody right by him who he can trust with anything.
Yeah.
Anything. So I think that gives him way more confidence.
Another moment I really like is he has a bit of he darkens the visor on one of the girls' spacesuits. He thinks it'll give her more time, which it does. And she stays talking throughout the episode. She even asks for help because she's terrified, because you even see her tearing up because she's just like, I'm dead. I've got another shadow. I'm just dead. And then when there's just like a few of them left and he's talking out loud about his plan, and she's just in the background, and he just cuts it off in the middle and goes, and I really liked her. Like,
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I felt it. I was like, oh, fuck's sake, she's dead, isn't she? And it's like, yep, she's gone. And he knows. And he he fuels that as part of like, don't fuck with me, I will destroy you. Like,
yep,
which is all written in these books. They can find out plenty of it.
These are our forests. They are our food. Good shit. It's good shit. Great two-parter there. Yeah, are we gonna get through the list, guys?
Well, we can try.
I gotta read super chats at some point.
We're like 2.5 hours in. We got super chats.
Do you want to?
I'd say go to 6.
I think go to finish at 6 and then do the top 5.
Yep. We'll do a top 5.
Okay, well, so because my 7 was we had 6 and 7 was
We
similar
have
to this
some overlap
right?
here, so like
we do have some overlap.
And you can talk about the honorable mentions next week.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
My 7 was Human Nature, Family of Blood.
Yeah, that's my 6. So,
and that's
which
my
is your
7.
6.
So
Yeah,
we can end on that one because that is absolutely David Tennant's best performance, but without a doubt.
it's not. I think it's not just David Tennant's best performance. I think it's Freema Agyeman's best performance.
Yes.
I think it's I can't remember the woman's name from Spaced. She is absolutely sensational in it as well. I know this sounds weird, but I loved her sort of the time racism towards Martha, and Martha sort of slapping her, not physically, but sort of slapping back at her, which was really good. Because once upon a time, folks, you could behave as that time would behave. And so it was just very interesting to see Martha interact in that situation, because some of the school pupils are racist towards her, and she just sort of takes it. And her friend, of course, is just like, Martha knows that if she gets uppity, she's going to get fired, and then she's going to lose the ability to look after
very
herself.
Interesting for the new doctor anytime he goes in the past, unless he puts up a perception field or something.
The scene you're talking about, by the way, I really like, because she's proving she's an actual doctor. She knows what she's talking about to this doctor. Even Martha will know more than she does, more than likely.
Yes.
And she labels all of the bones in the hand, and then she says, "You just read that out of a book." She's like, "Cool, I fucking read it out of a book." How else does it work? I just thought that was fun, because it feels like a very genuine reaction. Like, yeah, you don't know how to be a doctor. You're just reading stuff off a page.
So this show was adapted from a book. That was, from 1995. It called Human Nature. That
meant
was
for McCoy's doctor, right?
For McCoy's
McCoy's doctor, yes.
And Paul Cornell wrote it.
Paul Cornell,
who ended up acting like a complete twat on Twitter.
Yes.
Later, I think I'm still blocked by him, but still love this freaking episode. So the doctor again is running from some beings that want to basically consume him. And they don't have very long lifespans, and they would get a much longer one with the doctor. So therefore we come up with the fob watch. That's where the fob watch comes in, and basically rewrites his DNA, and he turns human. He turns human and has a implanted memory, the chameleon arch, and
John Smith, which is great because that's the alias he always uses. John Smith.
And he's a unique character. He is not the doctor without knowledge or something. He's very much his own man, which is really important for how things run in this episode. And I'm very glad they dealt with that. A lot of lesser shows would just be like, "Yeah, I'm back to normal," and it would be like, "Well, what about that other personality? What about that other person?"
Well, it sure foreshadows something, and you feel that person will die. Not to get too far ahead, but and
he's terrified, absolutely terrified. At the
Sold
end.
it very well.
Which ironically, when 10 leaves us, we have, kind of like a really scared, upset doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole situation is fucked up. Okay. And the doctor has no choice, because if this family of blood catches him, they can live forever and do this and just wreak havoc, right? So he has to stop wherever he stops. Wherever he goes, that's where, like, and unfortunately, he's going to get people killed. And that's a decision he had to make. And he gets called out on it. Like,
I
later.
love that scene. It's great.
Yep. He gets called out, but like he had no choice. So
well, the ending of this is absolutely disgustingly reversed with Jodie Whittaker's shitty doctors.
Oh, fuck that shit. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
I hate that so much. When I found out, I was just like, what do you mean? Why would you do that? That's like Tenant. That's in stone. You can't change it. But I say that as if they haven't fucked with some of the more fundamental elements of Doctor Who already. It's just so annoying to find out because everyone remembers those final scenes for the Family of Blood. It's some of Tennant's most like disdainful, vindictive, and just
vengeance of the Time Lord.
Yeah, that didn't. Jodie didn't reverse. It didn't fucking count. Okay.
No,
she's still trapped in a fucking mirror. That person's still stuck in a fucking star. That other guy's a fucking scarecrow and it's still there now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, the Fury of the Time Lord, dude. The greatest scenes in all of Doctor Who. Like when you
fucking
see him
expression.
actually fucking be like, do not, okay, when you fuck with me too far, this is what you get. Like this is, that was fucking awesome. The greatest thing about this show is we've got a show that's been around for it's been dead for a while, but we'll say 50 plus years. We don't know the Doctor's name. We know one of his relatives. That's it. We don't know much about his life other than he was friends with the Master. Haven't seen best friends. And he rarely, he'll give anecdotal stories once in a while through the classic era and stuff of when he was a boy. Because he was a boy, because he's a man, because he was a boy. But not much. We know nothing about this Doctor. And it's great. It's great. And don't ever fucking answer it. I don't want to know his name. That origin from Timeless Children's bullshit. By the way, like Russell T Davies does have to address that. That's the other thing. They have to address the Timeless Children. That has to be like some bullshit from the Master, or they have to retcon it, or it's dead. Because it'll always be out there. So the Doctor turns himself into a human to teach at a boys' school that are getting prepared for we're leading up to World War I. They don't know it yet, but
they don't know it yet. Yeah.
Martha knows it. Which is another, it's got that overall theme of these boys were privileged, but they're also they're about to step into a meat grinder.
Yeah.
And that was their privilege. So there was a lot of interesting themes dealing with, British culture, English culture back then, which I find fascinating. It was great. But we never see the Family of Blood. We never really see what they really look like. They take over human bodies. And once they do that, that person's dead. And it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up.
You were just saying about how wherever the Doctor landed, essentially through this place into the meat grinder as well. I think that parallel is supposed to be pretty much on purpose, right? The humanity getting stripped from those kids at the same time. And just a lot of that weight getting put on him at the end, and to then follow up with when he leaves. So you were saying about the great performances, the lady from Spaced, she picks up the book and just starts crying because John Smith is dead. He's gone.
He's gone.
And Tim, isn't he's kind of the little kid, right? And he gets bullied a lot. And what they were doing target practice, and he kind of fucked up. And John Smith, played by the Doctor's like, can we give him a beating, sir? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Give him a beating. Yeah.
Give him a beating, sir. Yeah.
Welcome to boarding schools in Britain. Have a nice day.
But what this whole episode is John Smith falling in love, and with the woman from Spaced it's Jessica Hines. Jessica Hines.
As we said, performances across the board were fantastic in this episode. Well,
right.
Doubler.
And he genuinely falls in love, and that's something like he wasn't warned about. Like Martha keeps going back to, because Martha's seeing this, right? And she's in love with the doctor too.
Oh,
and she has to go back to the ship, and she keeps rewatching a tape where he's like, okay, make sure I don't do this, make sure I do that, you know, and but he never brings that up. Like, what if you fall in love? What do I do then? Oh shit. So as things get
why
worse,
wasn't it me?
Yes.
And why wasn't it me?
And Tim has the fob watch the whole time. He nicks the fob watch. So he starts hearing voices, and the fob watch is like, open me. Not yet. You know, it's like warning. It's the doctor's like laying in wait, waiting for the right time.
Which is really great to help out Utopia later.
Yes.
All that stuff comes back, but with the master. It's just good
Yep.
stuff.
Yep. And holy shit, that ending, dude. Woo.
Yeah.
It is great. So that's what I mean. It's an all-time performance, all-time episode, 2 episodes. I'm surprised it's not higher on, even on my list, but there are.
I know, but there is some good shit, you know.
There are others, which I guess we'll get to in the next show.
I think we can do one more. Can we do number 6? Do number 6.
All right.
Hang on. So, because I'm trying to keep track as well. Did we do what was Gary's 7?
That was my 7.
Human Family, but
right.
7 is 9.
Yeah.
So Gary and I have had 7 and 9 identical.
Yep.
You and I have like had one space between 3 or 4 now.
Yeah, our lists have been suspiciously close.
Suspicious amount of Doctor Who episodes.
So
man.
my number 6,
Mhm.
Dalek.
Oh,
this is so weird because my number 6 has one word as well.
Oh, what is it?
Blink.
See, you know what? I left Blink off
we
my
not
list.
save this for next time? Dalek and Blink. These are pretty big episodes.
Pretty big episodes, yes.
I left Blink off my list because everybody loves Blink, and I'm just like everything but like I'll watch it. I love it. It's one of the greatest episodes ever, but I just left Blink off because.
And what's yours, MauLer? What's your number 6?
So my Blink's actually my honorable mention.
It goes to my honorable mention.
As for what is my? Did you say what was my 6?
Yeah.
That's Human Nature and Family of Blood.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, well, maybe we should wait because
We
they're
should
too
wait.
huge.
Dalek requires some conversation because it is a fucking goat episode.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to go watch all these again. Oh well.
Yeah, I was thinking I might just rewatch them again, but refresh.
You and I, MauLer, had a long conversation on Discord about Dalek like a year ago. So it's
it'll be fine. we'll be
phenomenal episode that we'll discuss. It's
I assume are we gonna keep our the rest of the lists for next time?
Yep.
Sort of
Yeah.
tease? Very well.
With my controversial number 1.
I don't know if mine will be controversial.
I don't know because
You guys already know what my number 1 is.
I know what your number 1 is. I know it.
My number 1 is I don't think I
think I know it.
do you think you know what my number 1 is?
Yeah, I think yours is the same as MauLer.
I think mine could possibly be the same as yours.
No way.
Possibly.
Okay.
I think there's a decent chance that our number 1s are actually the same.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, you know what? We can talk about it once the stream's off. Because I want to know.
Okay.
Well, we can have it before next week. You guys,
we'll do it next week. I know not everybody. We'll definitely talk about woke Hollywood and all that shit. But like we've been promising this for a while. And
we got to talk about fucking
this
happy
was fucking
times.
great.
Yeah.
This was awesome to talk about. Plus, you know what? A lot of people would say you haven't been talking about Doctor Who in a while. It's like okay.
You're gonna get a bit of it.
Let's do it. But I'm sure Disney will do 5 dumb things by next week that we'll talk about. There'll be more Marvel cringe and all that good stuff. But let's read some soups. All right.
Gridlock is my number 1, correct?
That's it.
No, Fear Her. Fear Her is my number 1.
Monsters.
Gridlock's number 2. Yeah, and Flubber Monsters number 3.
Blink is an honorable mention with me. I have 5 pages of notes on this that I've just been working on. It was not easy. It was hard to leave off thing like the Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone. But yeah. And who knows? I could change my mind by next week.
Yeah, we could always change it.
SJ Almighty has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you very much. Thank you. G-Dash for $100. Do you all support us, humble one-letter people, or are you all avatar supremacists like Ryan Cannell? Cannell. I'm going to say Cannell. I'm going to say his name.
Cannell.
Piss him off. Cannell. No, I am not. I support the Alphabet Mafia. And I pointed out he ignored my chat because I was in the chat for Geeks and Gamers Daily, but they're so popular now that they just don't answer my chat. So what I said was, you know what, Ryan stands in. So is it better to stand in front of 2 letters with your arms crossed so your guns look bigger? Is that better than just having a letter? Because he's just in front of 2 with his hands under his arms like this, doing, oh yeah, look at these guns. Listen, I heard. Did that get darker? Why did my camera get? Wow, it got lightened. If you're looking for something darker,
are you using your DSLR?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be why.
Yeah.
If you get to a certain position, it will cut the light and it will darken the screen, and then when you pull back, it'll refocus and lighten it all back up.
I have all that turned off though. I don't have manual focus on, manual auto white balance. I set it and then freeze it, so it doesn't do that shit. That was just weird. Maybe there's just whatever. So our boy John Campia went after Ryan Cannell again.
Fan team or something?
That's you
Maybe
cannot
he's searching
date my
for his
son, John Campia. You cannot date my son, and don't make me tell his mother, Jeremy. All right. Now Ryan might be angry. He might be racist adjacent. He might be slightly gay when he's drunk, but he's our angry, racist adjacent, slightly gay when he's drunk. Okay. Do not fuck with him. Do not.
That's a hell of a.
Yeah, I can't. But honestly,
Brian,
I'm with Brian on this one. Maybe tweet out. Ask John Campy if he's okay, because I am a little concerned. He put his show behind a paywall. You hear about that?
No.
Live streams behind a paywall now, so he's only doing and
okay.
Yeah, like he like threw up one of Ryan's thumbnails, and like this is like the 4th or 5th time he's brought him up by name. You know, I think he fancies him.
Well, yeah, he probably 2 things. Number 1, probably fancies him.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is probably very jealous. Probably very jealous of Ryan's incredible growth, popularity. And Ryan knows his shit, you see.
Yeah.
Campia needs other people for that. He needs Robert. Robert don't need Campia. Campia needs people like Robert.
There you go. Do your thing, Campia. Like, leave baby boy alone.
Yeah, search for some more Toby Maguire dick.
Yeah. Travis's World has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Surly SOB on the Streamlab side, thank you for the $20. Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean ride used real skeletons. Yes, it's true. Just to make it look authentic. It is really a stretch to believe that they don't have the best intentions for your children. No, that is a true story. Pirates of the Caribbean used to be a great ride until they fucked it up and made it PC. But yeah, one of the best rides in history. God, it was such a good ride when you were a kid. It's so atmospheric. It's so clever if you've never been on it. Like, you're inside a building, but like, dude, the way they do the clouds on the ceiling. So when you go in, there's 2 pirate ships that you're going through a town that's getting burned and raided. Pirates are raping people. And then it opens up to like a harbor where a ship is firing on the town, and you got the sky above you, and it just looks like the fucking sky. It's so cool how they did that. It is, yeah, not anymore. Fuck that. Fuck Disney. Patrick M. has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. I hit the spring on my microphone stand. Ominous. VPM for $19.99. Father's Day better be on one of those lists. It made me weep like a girl and call my dad. It's in my honorable mentions. That's why this was hard.
What? Say again.
Father's Day.
Not on mine. Not on my list.
It was up for consideration. It did not make it to the top 10.
It was between that and Dalek. But that's why, because I had it narrowed down to 25 episodes, and then I had to pick 10.
I had my top 10 narrowed down to 25.
Yep, and then I had to pick 10, and it was tough.
I just had to get brutal, man.
Yeah, you did.
I came from the perspective of which 10 episodes or 10 parts, would I, if I just wanted to sit down and enjoy, which would I pick? That was sort of like my it's the enjoyment factor. I know there are great certain probably episodes maybe are better than others in here, but maybe the mood or the theme of them doesn't work with just wanting to sit down and go, oh yeah.
That's it. It's like, what one am I going to sit down and watch and enjoy more? Because there are like really good episodes. There's great movies that like, hey, that's a great movie, but man, I am just like, you got to be in a mood to watch Apocalypse Now. You're not going, hey, let's go put in Apocalypse Now. It's now.
Isn't war great?
Isn't it great? But there's got to be a factor of cool, fun, a little creepy, but something that's just good, like fun. That's like probably you're the thing you lean to the most, right? But there's also has to be like good, just dramatic moments that hit in the feels.
I think I'm really happy with my top 5 in terms of impactful episodes.
Oh, I am too.
I'm pretty happy with mine. Could be moved. Not the top 2. They're staying the same forever.
Well, getting to watch a couple of episodes in a home theater, and I'm going to go do it later. God dang it.
I got a feeling I'm gonna predict that we have 3 out of the top 5 the same in some order.
Could very well be. I've seen people mentioning some episodes that haven't been mentioned at all, and I'm like, oh, they'll be mentioned. But hey, we will miss out on some.
Might be a couple of shocks along the way, though. A couple of little shocks along the way. Who knows?
Yep. Ian So Forth for 50 British pounds. That's good. I like that it's still listed as Queen Cleopatra season 1.
Season 1.
Season 1. Season last.
First and only.
Season only.
Dude, over 5,000 reviews, and it's 2%. How does that even happen?
Well, it means that 2% voted it 60% or higher. That's what it means.
Yep. Jared,
but the way that Rotten Tomatoes is set up, it just looks like it's 2% out of 100.
Yeah.
Jared Cruz has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you very much.
Like, a movie can be certified fresh and be a solid 6 out of 10.
Well, that's why it's bullshit. But
exactly.
When it's 2%, I think you got a general idea of like people fucking hate it. I think you can safely say that people fucking hate it universally when it has a 10% critic score and a 2 from the critics who had the balls enough to review it.
Yes.
Credit is due. Probably Christian Toto. He's probably in there.
He's good man's Christian.
Yeah, he's a good man. No Zaku Boy for $50. Who sees into the hearts of men and the undergarments of women? Peeping Tom. A wave of inebriation has gripped the city without anyone having a drop of a drink. Can a white girl wasted Tom trade shots with the delusional drunken diva Double Vision? Saw Dog has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you very much, Saw Dog. Kathy's Dead Goldfish for $20. Doctor Who is such a generational show. My 6-year-old grandson's favorite episode is Eccleston's Dalek.
Oh, we'll talk about that one.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I committed to something just now, and I don't know if I should have, because I forgot I got to take my wife out to dinner tonight.
Oopsies.
Oopsie doopsies. Hopefully it's early enough. But Robert and I actually, yeah. So I'm working on a video, and I am real curious to hear what like the Writers Guild's beef is beyond like mandatory writers' rooms. The outside of the unrealistic, I want to hear the realistic ones, like percentages, what you get from the streaming. So yeah, we might be doing something tonight based on that, because I want to be informed about this before I rip into them in a video. So well, it's ripping into Hollywood. It's not just the writers. I think the writers and producers really did a good job. This is a team effort of fucking up. I think it's a team effort.
Do you see Terry Metellus' tweet the other day?
Oh, where he misspelled CNN?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
You've been watching, what's it called? What's the show called? Bins with S. Business one.
Succession?
Succession. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, the way that the show's leaning ATN, is it called, the network?
Yeah, it's supposed to
don't
be
say
as
things
being
if it's
Fox
spoilers.
News chilling. And he put Fox is chilling, and I just put, you spelled CNN wrong.
It's
I see what you mean.
definitely supposed to be Rupert Murdoch-ish for sure, the show. It is.
Like, you know, I think it's much more interesting than going the way of being like, allegorically, this is this, and that's interesting because they're bad or something. It's just like, no. It's way more about how the higher levels of all kinds of business and corporation like corrupts the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, it is like Uber corporations with shareholders and broadcast. I think it calls out all broadcast. It's a black comedy, right? It's supposed to be a black comedy.
There's not really many people to root for, if any at all.
There's nobody to root for. There's nobody to root for. It's like people just being fucking awful to each other.
Yeah.
Well
they
written,
switch
well
their
done.
like allegiances on a dime, literally on dimes. Like they need money, so they'll just make alliances out of nothing or backstab the shit out of family members. Is all kinds of crap that happens.
Speaking of Metellus, I got.
Oh, the the vinyl.
Yep. Got it.
Soundtrack. Beautiful.
I pre-ordered it on the Amazon. And to show off a comic. Okay. So this is Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 39. Okay. And they got a little baby. A great imaginary story when Lois Lane hated Superman. I hate you, you super wolf, you two-timer. And our super baby hadn't ripped open the safe. I'd never know you're still in love with Lana, Lori, and Lila. Super baby opened the safe, and Superman is secretly still.
Oh
Talking to
no!
his girlfriend, he's all, Lois, I should have known our marriage would be unhappy. You'll always be jealous of my old girlfriends.
Oh, boost!
I love it.
She's
Is
gonna
she
come at him
throwing
with the rolling
dishes at
pin.
him?
She is.
It's not
Don't
gonna
be
do
throwing
much, you know?
dishes at Superman. Come on, man.
I got it at Torpedo Comics. I just thought the cover was
There are some
funny.
hilarious Superman covers.
Hilarious.
Where he's just an absolute asshole.
It's super. There's a whole what there used to be a site called Super Dickery, right? and it's just Superman being a dick, and it's all the covers of Superman being a dick, and then have all the ambiguously gay Batman, panels and covers with Robin.
With Robin.
In the 50s. Because because of the comics code. People got pissed. That's the way it goes. All right. I'm gonna let you guys probably must need to go. MauLer.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much jumped out at this point, so it's been a blast, ladderoonies. Can't wait to do the second half.
Yep.
And well as talking about whatever it is that the world has fallen into by the next week, because
disarray
doesn't take very long, of course. But yeah, I guess I'll jump out. Are you guys planning on streaming for much longer, or?
I've actually got a hard out in like 15 minutes, but I was going to read some soups.
I'll stick around for 15.
Okay. I can do 15. I'll stay.
I committed to something I might get in trouble for. So sorry, Robert. My wife comes first, just to let you know.
Wow.
Well, dude, it's our Mother's Day dinner like 2 days later. It's just the way it goes. Well, I had a show Sunday, right? Jimmy Corsetti. Oh, by the way, this hat I'm wearing is that's going to be the giveaway, the Instagram giveaway, our Forbidden Frontier hats. We're also going to have those at Asheville for the summit. So
very nice.
Our
that intro was pretty neat.
That intro was really good, thanks to you.
Oh my god, it was amazing. And Perry.
And Perry, yeah.
And Perry's fucking
quite a combination.
Killed it with that intro. Loved it. Edward Morris for $4.99. Gary, did you ever get the chance to see Nefarious? I have not. I couldn't see it in the theater. If I can watch it via streaming or Blu-ray, I will. I saw it Saturday and it's very good. I heard it's really good. Though I think the ending was a little forced. We'll see. I want to see it. But there wasn't a theater super close to me. So, yeah. Mikey Gussler for $10. Gary, will you please invite... I read this one already.
He resent it for today.
Oh, okay.
From Sunday.
I responded to this on my Super Chat Square Up, which you can find on Nerdrotic Live, but I'll do it again. Gary, will you please invite Jay Longbone on FNT for the 26th so she can discuss the Little Mermaid remake? Plus, it will give her more time to speak since you guys kept arguing about food last night. Well, we stopped after like an hour. Okay.
We bring this wee shit into this, all right?
Okay, well, it would have been over with quickly, but Odin, who didn't show up but decided to show up, kind of stirred the pot, made it a little worse. So, yeah, that was kind of a bummer. But
you want to do this whole big thing? We ate all the steaks. One slice. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, that's why Jeremy and I came up with this, like, let's just, because people were kind of bummed. So like, let's play it up. I'll eat something. I'll say, fuck it. I'll eat something I hate. Vegemite. Let's go.
It was worth it.
It's totally worth it. It's fine. It's such a fucking baby about it. Matthew Hammond for 2 parts, $25 total. The closest to relevance of Doctor Who in the UK is the Cosby Show in the US, that at one point was watched by 30 million households. It was.
What about MASH?
MASH, the end was that was the most watched. I still think it's the most watched scripted television show ever, is the finale of MASH. I sent you a link in your tweet email. If the 1960s were the decade of superhero movies, Marilyn Monroe as Harley Quinn, Gene Wilder as the Riddler, Clint Eastwood as Wolverine, that would be amazing.
Wow.
Oh, did you see the image of the AI image of Marilyn Monroe as Harley Quinn?
No, could you pull it up?
Oh, I'll try and find it.
Well, they can do that someday. John Wayne as Nick Fury. True beer appreciator for $1. As a German, seeing all of your Yankee and Redcoat piss water you call light beer makes me sick to my stomach. If you're not the British idiom of a cigarette, please drink a real beer or just don't drink at all.
Oh my God.
Seeing the diluted crap makes me want to puke. Hey, I don't drink at all, so there you go.
Hey, I'm over 100 days without over 100.
Oh, that's fucking
odd days without alcohol.
That is fantastic. That is
Hi.
fantastic.
That's
waiting
100
for
days
you
of
to
the
pull the
alcohol. Gary
Harlequin.
runs away.
See you, Gary.
I'm waiting for you to pull up Harlequin.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh
I
my
thought it was
God.
in my notifications. It's not.
Oh no!
Allow me to go down a something else route
You
now.
can find weirder porn faster than this. Come on, dude.
Oh.
He's right, you know.
The squid for $20. I'd say the Zygon invasion and inversion made my top 10. It sucks that those episodes were basically the only good writing Peter Capaldi had to work with, but those two episodes were great. The best Peter Capaldi speech is in there. The absolute best, the GOAT, the defining moment that made him like that like seals the deal for his doctor. For sure. For sure.
How many moments did Jodie have?
None.
None.
I think she had negative 17.
Oh, I thought when
Alex?
she finished being the Doctor Who or Doctor was the best part for you.
No,
David
'cause
Tennant was in that scene though.
Even when she regenerated, she did it pretentiously.
She did. Alex Galina for $10 says, "Love you guys." MauLer, do you find anything enjoyable about the Alien prequels? I think on a technical level, they are amazing, but writing characters are trash level.
I kind of adore the atmosphere of those films. I just hate the scripts. So like, and I'm not sure about the casting sometimes too. Like throw in what's his name? The cowboy guy in like the Alien Covenant, Danny McBride. I was like, why is Danny McBride in an Alien movie?
Oh
It's
yeah,
not like
yeah.
It's not like it can't work. It's just, I don't know, it just seems strange. And then just, yeah, what do I like the look of them? I really like David. He's a good idea. And you know, Fassbender is an amazing actor. But it's amazing to have gone Alien 3 and Resurrection, right? Which are clowny movies. You know, I have some patience for 3. I think 3 is good in a lot of ways, but Resurrection is insane. And to then have 2 Alien movies from Ridley Scott come out that I'm like, wow, those are the worst out of the whole series. It's like, how did that happen? Like, well, it's kind of funny how it ticks the boxes of it fucking rewrites a bunch of shit that no one wanted rewritten.
Yeah, and it answer questions nobody wanted answers. You know what we wanted? Fucking aliens making it to Earth. Just fucking
dude,
do
it
that.
evolved into shitty generic slasher. The time I really knew it was when they were in the shower. And then they're like, the monster's behind them. It's going to get them in the shower. I was like, I've seen this shot like 10,000 times. And this happened because all the films try to copycat Psycho. Like, why are we here? What happened?
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Then you can have Audrey Hepburn as Catwoman.
Lucille Ball as Poison Ivy.
Lucia Ball as Poison Ivy. Robert Redford as Batman. Kirk Douglas as Superman. Woody Allen as the Joker. Gene Wilder as the Riddler.
That's great.
Sophie Loren as Wonder Woman.
Ooh, she's good.
Clint Eastwood as Wolverine, man.
Oh dang!
Clark Gable as Tony
wow.
Stark, man. Paul Newman as Captain America. So fucking good. Vincent Price as Doctor Strange.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
I am loving that.
Sidney
Sidney Poitier
yeah.
as Black Panther.
Oh, look at that. That's unique.
Grace Kelly as Mystique.
Oh,
Steve McQueen as Star-Lord.
I know we kind of hate Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell
I don't know
as
about
Spider-Man, man.
I don't know about that.
Rita Hayworth, Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
John Wayne as
Wayne as Thanos. Elizabeth Taylor, Black Widow. This is just great.
Ooh, Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando as the Punisher, man.
Oh dang!
Sammy Davis Jr. as Blade. John Lennon as Loki.
Oh my god!
Sean Connery as Thor.
Oh, dude, hang on.
Has he got a Sean Connery Thor figure? Something about to happen.
Baby.
I'm sort of hoping so.
You know, give it a decade or so, they'll be able to just make up a movie on the spot with AI shit that has all this stuff in it. And we won't know what to think about that.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Do it.
Ah! He does have a Sean Connery as Thor.
I have a Sean Connery as Thor.
Wow.
I don't know how I knew that was going to be the case.
Bet you weren't expecting that.
No.
Nope.
All right. Well, I had an extra Sean Connery body and then the Captain Action stuff that they put out for 1/6 scales 10 years ago. I'm like, I wonder what Sean Connery would look like as Thor. So I just fucking did it. So I got it. There you go. Way ahead of you on that one.
There it is.
All right.
Nice.
Back to soups. Oogie Boogie Man for 50 Australian dollars. First super chat. Keep the content coming, you bunch of legends from Melbourne, Australia. Sorry I have to declare war in your country because of Vegemite, but me and the emus are going to kick your ass. Vila Idiot for $10. Sorry if you answered this already, but what do you think of the Superman Batman Public Enemies animated movie? Also, you think DC should just adapt their animated series to films? In a lot of cases, yes. In a lot of cases, yes, because their earlier films are fucking great. Great. Public Enemies, I liked it. The Superman Batman comic was fucking awesome. Jeff Loeb, Dennis, Edward Chandler for $5 on the Streamlabs side. Heard some Peeping Tom comic art exists, but Googling Peeping Tom Real BBC returns not what I was looking for.
Oh no! Why?
Same as once I started searching Charles Dickens Hard Times. No! Hope y'all get a kick out of this and can point to the cover art. Yes, we can. It's on Twitter. I gotta start bookmarking it. I mean, all these years I've been on Twitter since 2008, and I just learned how to bookmark like a month ago. So
I laugh, but I'm exactly the same. So.
I believe a lot of the comic book arts are from an account. Here, I got it. At Colgreus. I'll show you guys. He does a lot for us. So here you go. At Colgreus.
Yeah, boy.
There.
Look at that. Oh, so cool.
Boobies.
That's great, that one.
Mm-hmm. Az almost died that day. Or sorry, Peeping Tom almost died that day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just blew his fucking secret identity.
I got news for you.
Keep their secret, please.
Dr. Scooter Jones, that's a nice wheel jack you got there. Pineapple on pizza and hot dog.
This is the cartoon accurate paint job on Wheeljack.
Nice.
There you go, the cartoon accurate one.
Those are pretty cool.
Wow.
Cool.
That's a Takara masterpiece.
We got 4 more minutes. Mr. Wolverine 007 for $10. So did Miller have a stroke or something? The Wolverine cover is terrible. His art style has changed a lot. The man is a living legend. Yeah, it wasn't super impressive. I understand he's being stylistic. I get what he's trying to do, but yeah, I love Frank Miller though. So yeah, I freaking love Frank Miller. He doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna do what he does. And he's
a lot of drugs.
Greatest of all times. Yeah, he doesn't look healthy.
No. In all fairness, he hasn't looked healthy in 20 years.
Yeah, that's true. Zechariah Nunez has gifted one Nerdrotic membership for $5. Thank you, Zechariah. Ade Robinson for $4.99 or Ade.
You got it first, right? The first
there you
time.
go. Hi, Gary. Loved Jimmy Corsetti on Forbidden Frontier. Hail and hail to the rest of the gang. It was a great show. It was fun. After watching the Wings Boogie fight on EFAP, I desperately want to see Az and Drinker pick a batshit Attitude Era episode of WWF Raw and get an EFAP TV of that. Says Goob for $10.
A lot of people in the comments were like, "When's the next one?" It's like, well, we like this was a very special.
Yeah, most of the content creators like I've never heard of, dude.
Yeah, same.
I'd only heard of Boogie and Wings.
Yeah,
I had no fucking idea who the presenters were, who the fighters were. None.
Well, when it was premiering, I was texting me and I was back and forth just how fucking absurd the entire thing was. Even the fights before Boogie and Wings.
Yeah.
The two zombie guys who were just flinging at each other and nothing was happening.
Zombie guys. Oh
Yeah,
my
basically
God.
they'd gassed out after like a round and a half, and so they were both just hitting each other constantly, but hitting each other for nothing. It was like
It's like a
padded little
girl slap
pillows.
fight almost.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And you know,
I was
I don't
dying laughing. At
yeah,
that.
I don't mean to like, you know, I applaud their effort, I guess, but they were dead. they were struggling to stay standing. It was hilarious.
If you're gonna fight on, you know, for entertainment, at least work out beforehand.
In the first fight, there was like two guys, and they were actually having when I say relatively decent match, they, you know, they were moving okay, they were, you know, jabbing away. Then this guy does a spinning back fist, tries to just
what?
So
well, it's amateur boxing, right? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Very.
I don't find professional boxing that exciting. So,
wow.
No, but the boogie wings was. I mean, it was the most hilarious 38 seconds since the last time I had sex.
As Boo Thing, how about more of that melt corn? Says Jared Braggs for $2. I don't even know what
I have no fucking idea what that means.
Okay.
Hangry is angry for $10. You keep talking about history, but this is about herstory. As I saw the new Lego Batcave in the style of 89 Batman, it looks super nice. All of you have a great day.
It's the Batman Returns. I think it's got the Batman Returns figures with it. It's coming out June 8th. 4,000 something pieces. Looking good.
Yeah. I'm never gonna put that shit together. As soon as X-Ray Girl gets down here to visit, she can put together my my.
We're hoping October.
There you go. Couldn't make it to Vegas with a burst appendix. A pussy. Sorry. Just got the 23,000 bill. Fuck. That's
shit.
Wow. Blackjack for $5. Don't donate.
Poor
then.
thing.
Do you not have insurance, or was that with insurance? Yeah, fucking crazy.
That hurts. Ugh.
Literally.
I'm hoping that is before insurance.
Psycho Star for $2. Bought Farscape off your recommendation. Love it. Great show. Great show. There's a lot of Blu-ray sets out there. There's the 20th anniversary. There's another one where you get the why am I blanking on it? That's the special that they ended it with.
Peacekeeper Wars.
200 Watt Studio.
On Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Damn, nice. Fucking so many shows got I'm assuming it's a good Blu-ray.
Decent. It's decent. It's better than
Buffy's.
It's not. Yeah, it's better than fucking Buffy, which I only have in DVD. Like I just have it in DVD.
I've got it on DVD as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they sell it on like.
I don't think they do. I don't think they sell. You can get a complete season in DVD, or you can get the seasons in DVD. I don't think they have a Blu-ray for it.
They just don't want money. Apparently, that's fine. It's okay.
200 Watt Studio for $5. As you're thinking of the short-lived Down Doctor, a spinoff from The Life Goes On, which is in turn become Life Goes Down. What?
When I mentioned the autism doctor,
The Good Doctor, or I think that's what it's called, right? The Good.
It's
Doctor.
the Good Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Is Farscape streamable on somewhere? Does anyone know?
Yeah, Amazon Prime, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amazon,
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on. I was just curious.
Yeah. I have the physical copy.
I might watch the first episode again tonight, actually, in bed.
Might just, you know.
Mm.
We should have Drinker on and do a top 10 Farscape episodes.
Yeah. Is Drinker a big Farscape fan?
Yeah.
Big, well, yeah. He I think last time it came up, he was talking about that one episode he made a video for that he said is like one of his favorite episodes of TV, period.
Wow. Is that the one where Crichton gets inside of Claudia Black and starts touching her tits?
Starts bouncing him around. What? And the camera stays just above, and we're all like, why would you do that?
Why would you
why'd you play us like that?
That is cool. That is cool.
That's so sad.
Okay, we can do one more. Thanks for being here with me, guys. You help my sanity a lot. Quick question. Have you seen the Nefarious movie in theaters? I have not. It's on religious side, but the story looks amazing as it pertains to today's culture war. I'd like your opinion before going to see it. I've got to see it soon. I just got to find that 30-hour day where I'm not.
There's not enough time in the world.
Really research intensive videos to what this one I actually like. I actually needed to talk to a couple of people before I went ahead because like I said, I want to get both sides of the WGA thing as a person I am not union. I don't like unions, especially when it comes to arts, but it exists. So doesn't matter what I like or not. So I need to know what the rules are and like what's going to happen. So I can have an informed opinion. Let's wrap things up. Thanks everyone. It's been a fun show. We finally got around to our top, mostly 5.
The first half.
First half of the top 10.
First half of the top 10.
Part 1.
And we'll be back next week on Az's channel. Az, what you got coming up?
Tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time on my channel, myself, Carl Benjamin, Nick Ricada, we are having a hobby night. They'll be painting some Warhammer and I'll be building some Lego and we'll be having some based conversation. Join us for that. Thursday, no hot toys because there's going to be a fully articulated at the same time on Robert Ma Burnett's channel. There's fully articulated returns as Robert comes back to the toy fold. So join myself, Robert, and George for that. Friday Night Tights, 250th episode. Special guest Chuck Dixon. For that. And somewhere in between all that, I will try and put out a couple of videos and also do some more Zelda strumming. I'm getting my my 4K Switch upscaler tomorrow. So
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Especially after our numbers talk.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna do anything to the frame rate. It's still gonna be at 30. But it is gonna hopefully crispen out some of the jagged. We'll see. We'll see if that works or not.
Let me know.
Yeah. So that's me. Oh, and also, sorry, Gary. All my gaming streams, they get put up on my HVB gaming channel. The Zelda stream from today is going privated now because it's now uploading on the HVB gaming. So that should go live in approximately, let's say 10 hours because it's got to render at HD. So please go check it out.
That was English?
Yeah.
That was
sort of.
Totally understood that.
Ish.
Everywhere's got a north.
English.
You're very special, Az.
Like the Olympics.
Yes.
MauLer, what do you got coming up?
Honestly, I would rather just send people to that Wings Boogie EFAP TV. I'm loving it. Drinker joins us. I made him a little compilation to set it up ahead of time. We check out 2 fights, one to give him an idea of the format, and then just the main event. And for anybody who doesn't know their history, it's pretty hilarious. And I don't know, showing some people it as well. It's just funny. Did you guys see the national anthem they did before? I'm assuming Az. Yeah, Az
was that a
right?
piss take?
That was Gideon doing it, and it was one of those.
I was in the kitchen cooking, and I just heard this cat wailing. And I was like, is there a British guy like taking the piss out of the American national anthem, or is there an American singing it so badly to piss off the British people?
Rag said it was like if Teefs from Guardians 3 sang it. So yeah, that's up there. Go check it out. That's what I would say. That's who knows what's next for EFAP. Not sure.
X-Ray Girl, what you got coming up?
Tonight I'm playing a game with Tugs, probably Grounded or Stardew Valley. I believe I'm going on Twitch for that. I'm reviving that channel. But tomorrow on Poor Choices, we have Lynn Jones, wife of Kelly Jones, to talk about her her relationship and how she thinks of what is happening in the world today, and her opinions on that. So that'll be kind of exciting.
That's brilliant.
Kelly was so good on the show,
and
so
she
good.
seems so lovely. So I'm excited to talk to her. And then Mark and I started a new channel called Human Cyborg Relations. Where we were gonna play games together, but I got too excited and I screamed a lot, like in the game, not with him. Let me be clear. So I think
Unlucky, Mark.
He's gonna play the game, and we're just gonna chat and talk about relationship stuff as well, and marriage, and whatever questions you have, we'll answer. But yeah, and Sunday Fun Day.
Sounds busy.
Very, always. You know me.
All right. Well, I don't know. I got to work on a video. I got to take my wife out to dinner. I think I got a flake on Robert, which feels really bad, but oh well. I'll try to. Maybe I can.
You don't have to sleep with Robert and live with him.
Well, I should have. This is why I don't book my shit, because I do this all. I'm like, sure, I'll be there, and then like, oh fuck, I got to do this thing. I'll try to do them both. We'll see what happens.
Just bring them both together. Just have a.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks everyone for watching and indulging our Doctor Who love. There is a reason why we like this stuff and why we are upset that it gets fucked up. Especially with it, really, the tide is turning. The tide is definitely turning. We feel it. You know, this has been a rough year for Disney. It's been a rough year for Hollywood. They're starting to pay all the consequences of their actions, and damn, I'm here for it. I am just enjoying the hell out of it. I wish it were different, but it's not. So that could be our little white pill that, you as the paying customer, as the fan, we're not the problem after all. I know, crazy talk, but you weren't the problem after all. It was them. So we'll see you next time on Az's channel. Thanks to the Nerdrotics for doing a great job. Eric, feel better, buddy, because he's in the hospital. So shout out to Eric. And thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You will be part of my super chat square up. That'll be next Monday night. I just did one last night. That was lots of fun. It's on Nerdrotic Live. And Chuck Dixon on episode 250 of Friday Night Tights. So please do that. See you next time. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.